Hello, and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, the Argent Flame. This will be episode 18, Midnight Matriarch. Without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. The Argent Flame wagers on Grugrug's ability to drink a Gutbuster, winning a magical bartender's coaster due to the half-orc's projectile vomit. Zemdak has a peek into his own future, as the group does an extensive amount of trade with a traveling gnomish tinker named Lugash Bugash. Oddities and resources are bargained for with everything but currency, as Nitpick is offloaded to the shrewd merchant. Spell scrolls, runic bone dice, skins, paper, arcane, and incense are gained through haggling, while Argus enhances Lugash's gray matter through spellcraft. Log learns the difference between 5 and 6 with some expert mentoring from the elderly gnome, while the rest of the party gather some supplies. A caravan secretly transporting a large amount of black powder is spotted by the gang, while Argus attempts to learn more about his doll by yelling at it in public. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen.
Hello, and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, the Argent Flame. Last we left off, you guys, Argus was arguing with his doll.
Yep. Right. Like a crazy person.
Great. Cool, so we'll pick up from there.
Tool creation.
Right, you finish your short rest and do your right tool for the job.
Here, Nitpick.
You hand him a set of these
Lockpicks.
tools.
Yep.
Lockpicks. So you can just like make them, right?
These will last until the next time I need to make tools like this.
Okay. You let Lugesh Bogesh know about that. He's like, yes, long enough. I could probably find some other ones. But in the meantime, you know me.
I mean, at least until we get to Minheim. So,
How
couple
long will
weeks.
that be?
couple weeks. I mean, what, it takes
Week and a half?
10 days to get there?
Something like that. 11?
However long the caravan takes. I mean, that's minimum
All right.
before I would need tools again, I would think.
All right. Great.
But deal's still on if he can open it?
No, why not? That sounds good to me. You know us. We can find out stuff from pretty much anywhere.
I'll help Nitpick. Like, critique him. You're doing that wrong.
Go nitpick.
Oh my god. Okay, so the only reason why you can do this is because you have proficiency in lockpicking tools.
I have expertise in lockpicking tools.
You have expertise. Okay. Why aren't you doing this?
Because the deal was that Nitpick had to
Right.
open the
Very
lock.
true. That's very true.
And he knows wording is is important.
Okay.
At least he knows.
You can give him advantage. Nitpick at one point when he's doing it, he just looks back at you and just stares at you and stops being like really bitch.
You taught me well. You taught me too well. I got better at it than you are.
Nitpick's ego is so big that he is livid. No need for advantage. That's a natural 20.
Yes.
Come on, buddy.
Great.
Like
by the way-
angry picking. Like
He actually did that thing where he just like stared at you and be like bitch, and he just no look. While this is happening, by the way, Revik and Willow. Revik is just stood and picked a corner to stand in, and he just hasn't moved, and he's just because he doesn't need anything, and he's just kind of observing everything that's going wrong.
My headcanon was, now that we're in population, he found like some legitimate people. He was like, oh,
You're an actual maker.
screw
Fuck
these
guys.
people. And he just disappeared.
No, he hasn't really done that. He's just kind of picked a corner, and he's doing his analysis.
Gotcha.
Of what's happening.
Hmm.
Willow has gone to a couple places and just like chatted up a couple people, grabbed a couple. She looks like she's farming for information. She's grabbed a couple supplies and stuff like that. So he does this, and it opens up.
High five.
I ain't touching you.
Fair enough. He got it open. That means trade, right?
Right?
That was the deal.
He opens the cube box and looks into it. Oh my word. Yes, deal's fine.
Oh no.
So what was inside it?
Roll perception check to see if you can see.
Oh, but I can't see.
You
Right.
can see.
Right.
Yeah.
You activating it now?
Well, I mean, well, that was the deal. Was that I would tell him what was inside
Before you opened it, so he could see, right? That
Yeah, that was.
to know that I could actually see inside it.
right.
Oh, right. So, Nitpick has to unlock it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look inside it. Right. We did this out of order, and then you look inside it, and to prove to him that you can look inside it and tell him what it is.
Right.
Okay.
And then that's how I get.
Sure. So you activate your ghost sight, and your one eye warbles through the etherealness of material and matter. You see ghostly stones within it. You can't really make out color or like texture with this because they all look ethereal. You just see rocks.
Probably gems or some such.
They don't look to be. They don't look to have like rutilated shapes on them.
You
Fascinating.
mean
Faceted shapes on them. Yeah. So it could possibly they could just be rocks. They could be maybe rough stones. It's possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible.
But like,
Just look with the rocks.
like, are they smooth?
Could be ore.
Yeah. So I would say, are they
It
smooth?
looks
Or they
more
kinda
like
rough?
ore than anything else.
Rough rocks of some
So
sort.
it could be just gold or silver or something.
And he kind of like does the. Oh my! Yes, deal's just fine.
Right. We'll take that.
Very well. Enjoy.
you grab the 2 scrolls.
So yeah. So I take the whole box with the 2 scrolls in it because that's what he said.
Are you guys like all around? Has anybody attempted to like try to get a peek as to what's in here? Or no?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Shakar will fly up and.
Oh yeah, he will. Okay.
I mean, it's just I won't ward into
Fine.
them, okay?
You won't walk
mean-
into him? Okay. Well, then he has to explain to you what he sees, and that's going to be
Fine.
difficult. Perception advantage, perception.
My inquisitive ass would definitely want to know what was in there.
Can.
I don't know. If
You see images of rocks.
Be like conspicuous for him.
Okay.
8.
8,
21.
21. You see rocks in there, but they look like shiny, and they all look stuck together.
Can I roll like a nature check on them?
Nature or history?
He was there when we were mining the ball,
Mhm.
so it reminds him.
None of the
immediately.
ball.
She was.
She was.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry, Soft
I'll
was there.
do history. That's a 19.
19. You've heard of things like this before. These are types of ore that stick together through a force that you are entirely unsure of. You've heard names of them called Lodestones. This looks like a wealth of like 20 of them or more. And these are highly coveted. Doesn't happen very often. You also know from your travels through the Razorfang Mountain Agreement that one of the prime locations as to where they are farmed, harvested, and mined is Versbeck.
Cool.
But other than that, that's all you know.
Cool. So what was in there?
That wasn't part of the deal.
No, I know. I was just curious.
Curiosity killed the god gnome.
Oh.
And he looks at Nitpick.
So if I ask, you'll kill him?
No.
Please, please.
No, I'm not gonna kill him. Apparently, he's proved his usefulness. Another kill.
Okay.
I don't think I could. I don't think he's alive.
I'm sure he still shatters though.
Does Nitpick have a soul?
That's good to know. Does Nitpick have a soul? Name of the episode. Does Nitpick have a soul? Soulless garden gnome.
I
So-
just have these haunting dreams of this floating broken porcelain gnome mouth just following us everywhere. And
Oh my god. Don't need that
You suck.
nightmare fuel.
Like-
Stop.
We got the rest of the scrolls in exchange for that deal, right?
Yeah, so they were in the box. And so I took the whole
So-
box.
We got the box
That
full
all-
of scrolls.
Mhm.
That
There are
also
2
has
scrolls.
the same seal on it.
I just wanted to make sure.
They all have the identical seals. They came from the Midnight Athenium in Hillsfard. They both looked as they were torn from the pages of some book.
Okay. Okay. I mean, 'cause I didn't see. Okay. I mean, is that? Are we good? You guys all right with the trade? Anything else we want to talk about?
Well, there's some. I don't know. Seems like there's some pretty cool stuff in that box. What would you want to trade for it?
You want to trade for the box that we just opened?
No,
This is great. I'm ready
She
to
wants the
go.
stuff inside the box.
You want the stuff inside the box?
Oh, maybe.
You're getting it, Log.
It's all clicking. You
Yeah.
you did wonders.
I'm figuring it out.
With a
Yeah.
10 intelligence. Yeah. You want the stuff inside the box?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, well, you're going to have to give me quite the enticing offer, seeing as how many deals we've already struck, but far be it from me to refuse the proposition.
Well, I'm poor, so I don't have anything. But do you guys have
Well, I
anything?
don't, like I said, we don't do gold and currency
No,
here.
I
It's a
have-
barter system.
I have nothing.
Yeah,
You have nothing.
I have a
That's
crowbar.
bad and depressive.
I have a crowbar.
You have a crowbar. To your name?
Whoa, and a torch, and some clothes, and a shield.
So why would you say you have nothing? You have many things.
Well, do you want a crowbar for these?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we do have that scale.
I have the scale.
You do have the
That
scale.
was not part of the deal.
No, no. I mean,
That's just that. I think we can do too much with that later. I'm not putting that on the table.
yeah. Do you? I mean, I know we're still figuring out.
Oh, I'm saying your dragon scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to figure out exactly what we're doing here as far as this particular bargain now. But do you have some, old incense lying around, that kind of thing that could be used for spells and that kind of stuff?
Might possibly have some incense here somewhere. Can't promise it doesn't smell like ass, but
I don't care.
well, looking after my own heart. Are you single?
Yes, but I mean, we're
Are you
traveling.
Rhonda was going to be so disappointed.
I know.
Well, I
I
mean-
can't break Rondo's heart.
Honestly,
right
now that you mentioned, are all of you single?
Yeah.
God.
Any of you looking?
Not at the moment.
Just more of a tryst than anything really.
I'm looking over there.
Well, I mean,
I'm just focused on my career right now.
I thought I'd shoot my shot.
Cole realizes what he's asking just turns like bright fucking red.
Yeah. Ooh,
I mean,
looks like-
you do have like a little buddy now, a little no.
Sofka still hasn't realized
That
what
is-
he's asking.
that's disgusting. Absolutely not, sir.
What are you? We're looking for what?
Tryst, companionship,
In exchange for the stone.
nightstands.
You said there were stones in there, yes?
Right.
Oh,
How about a weight barter? I'll give
Weight?
you 10 to 1.
Oh,
Weight.
of what?
Treated metal that we found in an ancient ruin.
Oh, like a blind trade.
10 pounds of mine.
You don't know what's in there, by the way.
10 pounds of mine.
Sofka has not told
No,
anyone.
no.
No, but
We heard it was stones of some kind.
Yes.
I'll
because
trade you 10 pounds to
But
1 pound.
Sofka has not said
No.
anything.
she hasn't. But she also did. She's raising the suspicion, and Zemdak is a
That's true.
genius.
Plus his reaction, the gnome's reaction to opening
Granted,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
just don't meta is all I'm asking you. to do.
10 pounds of my metal for 1 pound of your
We're not using his
your
scales.
stones.
Because he did say
Oh,
stones out loud,
interesting.
right?
You said
Did
you
see
found
that?
this in an ancient,
An old ruin.
an old ruin.
It was a trap that we dismantled, and we recovered the metal from it.
Roll persuasion check. Charisma check for the artificer.
14 on the die plus 0, I think. Yep, I should stop talking.
14?
Yep.
Oh, you've got. Doesn't sound too bad, actually. It doesn't sound too bad at all. But I got a sweet tooth. You think you could sweeten my deal?
I'll just lean over and give him a kiss on the cheek.
Ooh, ooh! That was unexpected.
Is that sweet
Also,
enough?
I'm not really into, sorry, I
Softer now
don't
goes,
mean to let you down easy.
Oh! Oh, no.
My mind
You
went
got
to
the
weird
map?
places.
I'm not looking.
You're not
it-
looking?
I'm not looking. Sokka just realized what this meant.
Like, look, I don't mean to let you down easy, but like physical intimacy without emotional attachment is just not my bag. So,
Okay.
like,
Oh, I
don't
see.
know what it is that you're looking for, but I'm looking for a connection.
I see.
No,
I thought you were just saying that you wanted a tryst.
Oh, a tryst is great and everything, but
More of a friends
like,
with benefits sort
well,
of situation.
More of like, we connected on an emotional level and we had intimacy without physicality.
There is a great bar. If you ever get down there in Carradine, makes a hell of a drink. You'll love it.
Paradigm's in quarantine, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying eventually.
Eventually,
If you make it back down there.
Yeah, you never do.
That's
That's
for
gonna-
midnight.
midnight. All right. Well, I
Well-
might still clear that for the next couple of years or so. But
You'll want the drink. You'll want the drink that takes you to the Ashley and the bartender that can make it.
I appreciate the effort. Though. You're a very attractive woman, and I do appreciate the effort. How
So deal.
do you?
Deal.
Roll persuasion check, Trichetti. Every time, it's
So close.
Every
so
time
close,
my heart
guys.
falls.
Yeah.
I don't know how to inspire you right now to like help.
I think we just need to. I don't know.
Stop thinking about it until
Yep.
he forgets,
Mhm.
and then he'll slip up.
There's a lot of session left.
I don't like the mentality that I've instilled in you.
I mean, what do we want?
What'd you
What
get?
are you? Persuasion?
Yeah,
12.
12.
Not too bad. It's not great.
Look, you're a very sweet king. You're a very sweet and young lady, and you make somebody very happy. Sometimes it's very, very kind of you. Don't sell yourself short. You're more than just a pretty little kiss. I assure you. I can tell that you're way smarter than me.
Yeah, so it's a little demeaning for you to be telling me that I'm more than just a
I
pretty face.
apologize. I didn't mean for that to come off that. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm just gonna sit down.
I just gave you a kiss on the cheek. I didn't do like you would give your grandmother or your
I'm
grandfather.
sorry. I'm a little old-fashioned. Things have changed.
Oh, what are you back in the day when showing an ankle was a little bit of like a
Ooh, ankles! Don't get me started on ankles.
Okay.
Show him an ankle. Show him an ankle.
Show me an ankle.
Da-da-da-da.
Don't get me started on ankles. Let me
Sorry.
tell you, nothing more sexy than a bare ankle.
And my ankles are pretty high.
Look, I actually have a rule of like, honestly, I broke my own rule. Rule of not bringing carnal desires into deals.
You said sweeten the pot. She was just trying to
sweeten
sweeten the pot.
You guys went crazy.
No, you were
I
talking.
sweeten the pot like I got a sweet tooth. I want nothing else. Something.
You can
Something
have my crowbar.
No what?
Dinner?
Your crowbar.
Dinner?
Right.
I was planning to make dinner for all of us. You want some?
Dinner? What do you got? What are you cooking?
I'm gonna make my mother's stew.
Oh,
I mean, it's got to be good.
do you have the materials to make your mother's soup?
We're
We got the meat. We got the produce from here in the market.
The carrots.
The mushrooms and some spices.
we can mark
and
off the gold
carrots.
if you want us to for that stuff.
Oh, you're gonna buy the materials here?
Yeah,
Sure.
because we were gonna.
Yeah, you can
Find
mark off.
it from-
I'd say mark off 2 gold for
Okay.
fresh-ish.
I'll come from the sand money.
Sand money.
Um,
Don't we still have like a vial of that goodberry juice or something? Wine juice, whatever it was. Still.
here,
This is.
Zenda, please
you guys,
roll
not me talking to
a
them.
persuasion check. At advantage this time because this is
17.
17. All right, I'm gonna do for a nice home cooked meal. You said it was your mother's recipe.
Yep.
Let me tell you, mothers know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to recipes. Ooh.
And grandmothers even more.
Oh yeah, my grandma. Oh, let me tell you, my grandma made the best toenail salad.
You're gonna love this. It's gonna be so much better.
Oh,
Did he just say toenail?
He did. But that's okay. We're
Is
just gonna
it-
skip
it-
past
is
it.
Yep,
it-
exactly.
Crunchy and fresh.
Is it like croutons or something?
No,
like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, exactly. They put toenails in there instead of crouton. I mean, it's just, but they're both keratin, so it doesn't matter.
My sister was
No.
usually the one that cooked it,
Not.
but it's my mother's recipe.
But this is like a gnomish thing?
Yeah.
Or like
It's
The-
family stew recipe.
The
toenails and food is a gnomish
I don't know about the toenail thing. What I'm gonna make is
Listen, when you're hungry and the times are lean,
it's
whatever-
mostly mushrooms.
I mean, I'm not opposed to eating weird things. I'm just saying, just
That's keratin, you know, keratin.
coming from the man who
helps
made
the
it.
second-
His own eye just.
It's no different than like gnawing on a bone or eating an antler or something like that.
Why'd you look at me like that when you said that?
That was
Okay.
more of a
Okay.
panoramic gaze
Okay.
than anything.
Sure.
Deal? Deal.
Yes, very much so. Deal. Well, yeah, you got it. Okay. So 1 pound of what I have,
For
10
10
pounds of your material, and I'll get some of your stew.
Yep.
I want first dibs.
You get first ladle
Oh, wonderful.
and a big chunk of meat.
So this container has far more than one
Sure.
of stuff. So
Yep.
he pulls out 2 stones.
He was like, yeah, if it's like 1 pound to me, you tell me.
And he just takes his fist, keeps it closed, keep the stones around it.
Like, I'm sure you could tell, but as a tinker yourself, how much my fist weighs.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
we check and see if he's like bullshitting us here. 'Cause
Sure,
that just
yeah.
Sounds like the biggest load there.
17.
17. You feel like you could pretty much
Trust him.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily trust him as much as like you feel like you could get the idea of how much his fist weighs, and it's a little bit over a pound as to like the weight that you're feeling in your hand. Like you feel like he's actually giving you a pound.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, all right then. Give me that.
And what did you give him exactly?
The spikes. So I'm giving him
The galvanized steel spikes.
Yeah.
Dope.
Ooh, I could use these. Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you.
And he hands you 2 Lodestones. Think of him as like those rattling cockroach magnets that you throw up in the air. They go. It's kind of like that. But they're big. They're like a fist each.
What was there incense part of that deal too? I mean, we can make it that, right?
I mean, at least for the kiss.
I don't know about you, but I do not do red light district deals. But very well, I'll give you.
He'll give you 10 gold worth of
Okay.
incense.
Yay.
Very well. You got now. I'll consider it your bulk discount for doing so much business.
Thank you.
I just like getting random materials because I know I can make TJ let me make something of them eventually.
Fucking try me, bitch.
I've got so many like random pieces of like weird shit, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna put this together with this and
I'm
that.
gonna make a galvanic magnet super collider and
You can make a hovercraft. That'll be fantastic.
get out of here. Leave right now.
I
All
still
right.
have.
I'll go home.
I still have the giant chunk of Terzine wall. I still have 1 charge of arcane powder.
Hmm.
I still have moon dust. I still have
Not arcane powder.
the catalyst dust. I've got all kinds of like just random shit in my inventory
Well, is there
now.
anything else that could interest you? It's far and beyond the end of what I have. I have so much
I
more.
just was hoping that you would sit with me for the rest of the evening, and if
And
you have any
you want
wisdom,
to nap together?
if you have any wisdom to impart to an apprentice to the traveling,
Oh, I understand. Right, like my mind to your mind, that kind of thing.
if you have any tips that you want to,
Oversell yourself. Undersell your buyer opponent.
Wait,
I mean, I'm just starting out. I've only been on the road for like a year now. You've been on the
Those are
road
pretty much
for
the 2 big deals. You know,
your
always-
life. If you have tips, if you have knowledge to impart to
Lean in. lean into the whole thing
apprentice?
about the bad luck. Lean into that. Really lean into that. People like won't hurt you if they think they're gonna be
Just-
bad luck with it.
I feel
There's
like
a
we're
whole thing. If you have any like illusions or like weird tricks that you have to like make them think, oh shit, you better be kind to me. Lean into that shit. I'm telling you,
Okay.
it'll keep you safe.
All right.
feel like you're giving away trade secrets to the rest of us. Do you guys want to talk
Well, then
privately?
fuck off.
That was more what I was wondering if I could sit with you. And
Sure.
Would you like to use the Sky Lounge this evening? Boots?
I think we're
you
safe here
good?
in town.
Okay,
We
just want to make sure, you know.
So
trade
again,
secrets.
this isn't like a town. This is a courtyard surrounded by like guard towers. It is a just a work stone courtyard. It is a rather large courtyard. Like there's a whole quadrant of it that pretty much becomes like kind of a tent town, similar to how military detachments set up camp towns like on hillsides or like in valleys or in clearings in order to like move forward. Then there's a tent, and that's kind of like the part of the area where people just set up their tents in order to rest for the evening before packing their shit up and moving on.
Yep.
The vendors are along kind of like the perimeter of the wall. They have their all of their, if not all of their vendor stalls kind of been built in a way where they could like pack up in like 10-15 minutes and then be on their way and plop it onto the vet wagon and keep going. Everything here is like modular and mobile.
Yep.
There's no permanent buildings other than the wall and the guard towers.
Right. I'm just saying, like, we don't necessarily need the dome or the rope trick. Like, we don't need specific.
You are
fortifications
protected by
for camp
walls
tonight.
and
right.
like several members of the guard of the
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
specifically the Minheim guard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more just looking like if he has any knowledge he wants to pass down to the next generation.
Right.
Like, I'm a sponge.
Okay, so for the next while, like there's a couple
Got a
things that he
couple
does
hours
say to you.
before bed
Sure.
tonight.
There's a
right?
couple things he tells you, which is like learn as many fucking languages as you possibly can.
Mhm.
Because if you are a traveling trader, there's going to be a lot of things in a bunch of different languages, and if you know more languages, you can understand them more and have a more insight into what is going on with them, and have a better idea as to what value they are. If somebody down on their luck that is poor, willing to trade the last item of their desire or what they value with you, take it. Take it and give them something of greater value.
That's some chaotic shit right there.
Not
Not
like
neutral.
Well,
Like
no. Not take. I believe you're misunderstanding me. If somebody who is down on their luck, who has almost nothing
Right.
except for the last valuable thing to their name,
It's gonna be like the
and they're
last
willing and they
heirloom
want to trade
of their
to
family.
you for something, accept the trade and give them something of greater value.
Always overpay
of
for
greater
that kind of
value.
thing.
Give them
Yeah.
something of greater
Help,
value.
Yeah.
them out. You've been down on your
Yeah.
luck before. Help them out. not be-
Absolutely. Because
Overpay for it.
one
It
of
may
the-
be incredibly
one
special,
of the
but-
rules of like the like I dare say religion of the traveling tinker is that one good turn deserves another,
Yep.
and eventually will come back to you, which is why the whole thing of like good luck has been associated with
Sure.
traveling tinkers, just because like people that like if someone's willing to, I have nothing left but this last heel of bread, I'm like, I'll take that last heel of bread and I'll give you this sack of old jerky that I don't need anymore. It's because yes, that is really, really important. It's a crucial part of the culture.
Sure.
It's not something that people actually spread around and talk about. It's just things that tinkers do.
Lean into the traveling tinker.
Right, and give us a good name. It's like another one. Like,
Nomer.
it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole thing. Give us a good nomer of the whole thing. Like we didn't gain the reputation of being rude to us would give you bad luck by being shits.
Right.
We did it by being compassionate and doing what we need to, but also being shrewd businessmen at the same time. Which is why one of the reasons why they don't invoke in currency deals,
Mhm.
Right.
especially when it comes to like if you have something somebody else wants, it's a bargain. That's what it is, because I know you have something that nobody else has. They're like, I want something. Give me something that is unique. Always choose unique items over easily acquired or over widely spread items, even if they are madly expensive. If someone decides to give you 1,000 gold worth of nuggets, take the journal that
Mhm.
it is from them over the 1,000 gold.
Right.
nuggets.
Definitely something I've learned already
Yeah.
over just the last year.
Because even if it's 50, 100, 150 years from now, someone's going to want that journal. And somebody will pay you more than that 1,000 gold.
Oh yeah,
Right, and you'll still be alive 150 years from
Yep.
now because no.
Yeah.
I've got a whole bag full of
And the last one he
cool,
says, right,
awesome, random shit.
last one he tells you is bide your time. Don't undersell yourself. There's the last business of wisdom he says is make sure you have the power of being able to walk away from a deal, which is saying is make sure you have the point at which you feel like you're confident with you want to give this to me more than I want it, so I'm gonna walk away. And more often than not, someone will be like, oh no wait, I'll throw this in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much the information he parts over you over the next couple hours.
Can I get like half proficiency on trading?
Absolutely. Under no circumstances.
No, it's fine.
But you as a player now know stuff that I have learned in real business, so enjoy yourself.
Right. That's hard acquired. All right. Well, if you guys need your time together, just to hang out. Is there anything? Do you need us to be sous chefs or anything for the stew, Zemdak? Do you want to make that tonight or tomorrow morning?
I'm
Do you-
making it tonight
Okay, cool.
as we bed down, as we set
Better
up
be
camp.
making it tonight.
Yeah,
I'll
as
have
we
a
set up
hankering.
camp, and I'll bring him the first bowl as he's
Sure, go ahead and roll a cooking check.
discounting his knowledge to me.
Which I assume will be,
Dexterity.
I think, an herbalism check. What do you have? Herbalism tools?
You could spend an hour and
I mean, if it's a set of tools,
You could. It is an herbalism kit is a set of tools.
Cooking
Right.
utensils, a set of tools. too.
Cooking utensils would be closer though. Yes.
I want to make sure I'm reading that right. Yes.
So if you want to spend an extra hour before you start cooking, be like, I need
No,
to
no,
go in
no.
the zone.
I just mean like if it uses tools,
Cooking utensils.
I get proficiency. I
Yes.
get
Yes.
proficiency.
You
with
would
it.
get proficiency plus your wisdom modifier for this,
Okay.
but you need to spend the extra hour to do it. What are the rest of you guys doing?
No. I don't have to make them. If I'm using a set of tools to make this thing,
Yeah, but do you have cooking utensils?
I get
But do you
proficiency
have
with it.
cooking utensils?
Do we not have?
a
No,
basic
cooking
mess
utensils is a
kit, but-
specific tool.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is a specific tool.
Then no.
It's
I
like herbalism kit. It's a specific tool. So
I
then
mean, we
you need
could
to spend
probably
the extra
buy
hour
it
to
somewhere.
in order to create
Sure.
Yeah. Do you want us to go shopping for some utensils?
I just figured we like had a cook pot and like.
You have very rudimentary.
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
it's
have
fine.
like proper
No,
cooking.
It's a good point.
None of you
berries
are
and-
are like an actual official cook.
It's a
Last
good
time
point.
one of you tried to like cook and help, you nearly burnt down the building.
It's a good point. Let me.
Can I try to find some more rat friends to hang out with me?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Sweet.
I'm gonna say
Animal handling?
yes.
Come on. That's a 26.
26. You find a couple rats, about 3 rats that are chilling around and kind of bugging some of the food stands around here that are selling things like dried jerkies and like dried shrooms and some of the what'd you say?
Pizza?
No pizza.
But
Ordering.
pizza rat.
So a set of cooks,
Absolutely not.
cooks utensils is only a gold. Could I find that in the trading? camp?
Roll an investigation check. Make you work for this shit.
22.
22. Yes, you can find cooking utensils here. Oddly enough, you end up asking everybody, and then you come back to, well. Looks like you need cooking utensils for your stuff, right? All right, well, I'd be willing to barter for you. What you got?
You can have my crowbar.
There's a reason why they call me the top of the man on top.
You want my crowbar?
I'm running out of interesting
How many
things.
times are you going to offer that, and I'm going to say no before you get it through your head? I mean, you're very sweet, but no. Don't want your crowbar.
I just go away with my rats.
How about a bottle of high proof whiskey?
Ooh.
A whole bottle.
No persuasion check required. You got yourself a deal. Great. Because you got one of the top shelf bottles you got.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Great. He's like, that sounds great. You rolled 26, right?
Yep.
So there are 3 rats on this food vendor thing. They see you come over and they kind of scatter about, like just kind of, you know how cockroaches scatter when a light is turned on, that kind of thing. But you still sense their presence nearby. What is exactly that you're doing to entice these people into your band? These creatures into your band.
So first, I'm gonna take out some of my rations and just scatter it around.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna let Nico and Sylvia just kind of chomp away, and just kind of wait for the other
Look at
rats
the
to
other rats are
join.
having a good time. You should come have a good time
Yeah.
too. Great. Great. You rolled 26 for animal handling.
Yep.
You do so, and you kind of give a couple steps back, and just through the magic of empathic kinship bond, 3 of the other rats come out and start to nibble on the food. And eventually they just regard you as like, yeah, whatever. They let you pick them up while they're eating. They don't give a shit.
Amazing.
So
What are they?
you can add 3 more rats to your rat circus.
Okay, so we have Sylvia, Nico.
I love how you name all of them, and it's gonna hurt
Yes.
so bad when I kill them. Only if you like bring them out during combat.
Right.
But then again, if they're like chilling in your, well, we'll see.
I already killed 1 rat on my first time here. It was sad.
Okay, so
True.
What are your rats' names?
I'm coming up with them. Give me
Okay.
a sec.
Take your
Alright.
time. So you get your cooking utensils for a bottle of high class whiskey.
wisdom save or wisdom ability check.
It is a proficiency plus your wisdom modifier
Yeah.
because this is based on old lore. Like, yes, my mama made this. The wisdom of being able to cook something and do it 100 times before you get the recipe just right.
13.
13. Passable. It definitely doesn't taste as good as your mama's your mama's stew, but it's got all the right ingredients. So you're like wondering where did I go wrong? It's kind of like when you cook something and you forget to season it.
You miss garlic. You leave out the garlic.
You mean like the garlic, you forget the marjoram, you forgot the mustard seed, that kind of thing. But you're not really understanding where it is that you go wrong. Argus is over there being like, should have put coffee in it. It's passable. It's pretty good. It's nothing super special, but it's filling. It's better than
This is
the
delicious.
create food and water.
Yeah,
So-
and good berries. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
This
is.
is so much better than what we've been eating lately, except that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
This is really good.
You give them over, I'm just like, I've had better, but you know, deal's a deal.
I've
Not
also-
quite as good as my sister at making it, but I'll work on it.
Yeah, well, you know,
I've also
we're
never
all
had-
learning. Another thing, I might be a little shit sometimes, but humble. Another rule. It's important to be humble because when it really comes down to it, when shit gets really serious, you gotta understand there's always somebody out there that's better at doing what it is that you're doing.
That's why you call yourself the man on top.
I'm the man on top. Well, listen, man on top. Top is not just the top. I mean, top. Look, what you talk about pedantic semantics with me? Listen, the deal is, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong fucking room. I'm just throwing pedantic, platitudic idioms at you, and I'm just trying to like spaghetti at the wall, seeing what sticks.
I don't even know if I'm the smartest person in our group, but
I don't know. You and I are pretty.
We're-
we're even keeled. Yeah.
Apparently, I'm in the right group.
You and me both, Log. You and me both.
I got 1 more on. No, I got 2 more on you.
I will be the whisper in the hills for now.
Whisper in the hills, huh? Are you trying to encroach upon my brand?
I'm working up to it.
All right. Well, you know,
If I may, it might not be just your brand, right? If it's all of, it's like saying
All the others are pretenders.
right.
well, you get so y'all really love your pedantic semantics.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. You know, that's actually. I need you to know that it's.
I understand. I recognize your intellectual prowess.
Mhm.
Parish,
Mhm.
parish,
Almost.
parish. I'm sleepy.
Yep, it's time for sleep. It's time for bed.
There's whiskey is good whiskey.
Also, I came
Ooh,
up with my
boy.
rats' names.
Ooh,
So
lucky.
Sylvia is the old one. We already knew that. Nico is kind of reddish. Daryl
Brother Daryl.
is
Daryl.
kind of like a regular brown. He just looks normal.
I'm sorry, what was the name?
Regular brown. Daryl is regular brown.
Okay.
Rasputin is white.
Wait.
Rats-
Is it
Rasputin
Rasputin?
or
Rasputin.
Yes.
Rasputin, yes.
Yeah. And then little man is a baby.
Little man. He's like what, like the adolescent rat.
Yeah, he's a little man.
Fantastic. You are well on your way to creating an army of rats.
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna be really sad the day that
You're-
Rasputin dies.
Only to talk with you about making money through Sofka's magic
Performance.
Sofka's rat circuits. Like,
We'll eventually start our own circuits, our own sideshow acts.
Absolutely. No doubt. Great. So, if nothing else, you guys have anything else you want to do?
I'm totally, before bedding down, looking at what
Checking
these
out the
two
rest of
new
the scrolls.
scrolls are. Yes, sir.
You got it. Allow me to check my notes on what I have in this box for
Again,
you.
looking over my shoulder to make sure that he's asleep before that
So
Lubash
please
is
do me a
asleep.
favor. Roll 2 separate Arcana checks for me.
Ooh, okay.
One is a lot higher than the other.
All right. The first one is a 26.
Okay.
Oops, that's not in the. Come on, but the other one is a 24.
Wow.
I'm feeling
First
good.
one you notice appears to be has the looks like a fist in blue ink that has a lock near it and a bunch of arcane around it. This appears to be a scroll of knock, which is the arcane spell that allows you to
Open any.
cast pretty much open any lock, especially magical locks, as long as they're not like super difficult.
Okay.
And what I
side
mean,
effect is a bitch, though.
it does make a very loud noise.
Okay.
It's not.
Not a sneaky spell.
So first I do silence.
However,
Yes.
Same as like my underwave.
However, I believe
it just
knock
makes a lot of
requires-
noise.
however, I believe knock requires a vocal component. So
Vocal component and then silence.
Right. just for your like.
could be. I would
You can
say
make it
in that
scroll.
instance there would still be like a moment of like where before something before it gets cut off, and you'd have to like roll some initiative checks to make sure it like timed perfectly. But yes. With your analysis of this, the scroll of knock, you understand that it pretty much just unlocks any lock.
Mm-hmm.
However, you, from your experience as a spellcaster, know that even though spells are designed to do certain things, some things, especially if they are like super powered, aren't always like, it's not just any lock. I mean, a fucking
It's still-
divine lock that is meant to like control the arcane gate between divinity, you're not going to unlock.
Mechanically, there's still a DC that it can get. to,
Not necessarily
basically,
DC. It's more of
right?
just
Right.
more of an ambiguous decision with me of like any mundane lock. You're mostly solid. You're mostly
Alright.
solid. Any like regular arcane lock as well. You're mostly solid. You're fine.
A lock from the God Pharaoh.
Yeah, it might get. You could try. You could certainly try, and you have a decent chance of success. But it's hard. You might have to like upcast the spell or
Sure.
something like that to kind of give yourself. But we'll get there when we get there. The other spell is a scroll of fabricate.
Mm. We can do it.
Nope.
What? I mean, I would absolutely come over to you and be like, because I know you're the other scholar, and I'd be like,
Heard of that spell before. The problem is, I believe, like, what you fabricate only lasts for a short period of time
oh really?
and then disappears. So it's a useful skill if you only need something for
Like a quick trade.
a couple of minutes, and then it just
Right. But I mean, that could still be super useful. Like, instead of you spending an hour to make that thieves tools, we could use this. But that's a good watch out.
Yes.
As soon as we get enough paper.
We need material for very short periods of time.
Yeah.
It's a great spell.
Yeah.
Makes something out of nothing. But I just I like the things that I build to
Yeah.
last for as long as they can.
Well, if it's a tool to make the things that last forever, then maybe it's not so bad. But we figure out.
Unless I'm thinking of the wrong spell.
No, sure, which way?
It's still cool.
Yeah.
Reading the spell, it doesn't say that it actually has a time limit on it.
That might be creation.
This is the knock spell, if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it perfect, actually. That looks awesome.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
It converts raw
Okay,
material into
you can't
products.
make, like,
within
complicated things.
Right.
No, I was wrong.
But, you know, we could have made, like, an extra couple hundred, maybe a couple hundred feet of rope. And
Fabricate changes
Crowbars.
Fabricate changes raw material into finished goods.
Wait, so
Yeah.
okay, the
The
raw
ore-
nuggets and the
The
ore
ore that we
turn
have
into
into finished
Mm.
material.
There's no limitation as to what material you can use this spell on.
No.
Meaning that
There
you
isn't.
could even reform adamantine.
If we were back at the ball, we could have.
right.
But it's
we
too
could
late
go
for that.
back.
There is I believe, a volume limit.
That's the
or-
fabricate.
Or like
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Ten-
surface area limit.
10-foot
I can't see
cube.
the really
Yes.
faint stuff, but
So,
that's just 'cause of
A large
where I'm at.
creature.
Yeah, it's
Not much,
mostly
but
just
yeah, there is one.
text, and there's still
Oh,
like a like almost a runic pattern, like a. It's really cool.
So we'll be in the mountains for a while. If we come across another worm and another ball of material, this will definitely be useful.
Yeah.
If you can use it by then.
I think if we find that this is the most useful, I could certainly try to work on this as soon as much as I can. I
Yep.
mean, it is a little complicated, but I think if I put my mind to it, eventually I'll get it.
Anyway,
Cool.
sleep.
I'm almost too excited to sleep with the prospect of new scrolls.
Oh yeah, no.
And like it's just so, but it's one of the happiest days I've had underground.
Is
for a
anybody
long time.
keeping watch to rest?
Conk.
Before going to bed,
Sure.
well, first I'm going to take my book out. So just you might want to.
Okay, I'll go stand. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
So I'm going to take my book out, and I just want to kind of get a sense of what it's, a few different things, what it's absorbed now, and then also Bagra's notes, because they were written in Gnomish, but because they're in my book, am I able to now at least understand what has been written?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. All of the information that it was in Bogwar's, no rule required. All the information that was in Bogwar's notebook has been transcribed into your book via the Eldritch text. It is no longer in common. It is in the stuff that only you can read. But yes, all of this information has been there. There are, as you kind of peruse them, the same kind of thing. You turn the page, and then the text starts to scroll and spiderweb its way along, and like leak its way into the page, bleed its way.
So I wanted to know that, and then also like
What its contents?
well, yeah, so that. But then also I was going to ask about like if I gain any knowledge stuff about the fetish.
I understand. Due to its like
It's had a
current
day to
relation
digest
to you into it right now.
Right. Yeah.
I understand. So you're thinking like, because it's now technically like inside you, the tome ish, whether you have more of like a innate link of content knowledge of what it is.
Right.
I believe we went over this before. Not really.
I mean, like very vague.
It's very, very vague.
Yeah.
You know that it is sentient, it is aware. It is within your warm-ish kind of right now. Whether it can be contained there, you don't know. A lot of this, like, as Log is a character too, like, the understanding of things this foreign has learned to him by rote, and it's either pure instinct or by rote. There is no in between for you. There is no like creative learning with Log. Unfortunately, just because the way like your character learns and the way your warlock works with this. Granted, that is something you could work at for sure if you'd like to with your character development. But so let me first address the content. The content of the notes pretty much covers, hey, we found this big old fossil. Recent information and discoveries have me to believe that this could be one of the mythic creatures known as dragons. I would preliminary experiments lead me to believe that it could be a red dragon, therefore associated with fire. We know we have found this new species and they have some of the text upon some of their belongings that we are unable to identify. And they addendum that by saying not necessarily a new species because it was around for a very, very, very long time, far before us. And it looks like whatever battle or hunt they were engaged in did not was somewhat anachronistic in the point where there's no reason why they should have died here other than the fact that the entire cavern that they were within was flooded with lava or magma that then cooled eventually. It's from what I tell, this was the first iteration or discovery of such things in which it has not been found anywhere else in the world. As much as I can tell, and I'm speaking as though I were Swishstone, Barbara Swishstone, this is unprecedented. Meaning that, again, it hasn't happened anywhere else. We don't know what to think of this. This is it's a little, you can see like the fear in what she's saying, because this could means that a lot of their history could be wrong because of what's going on here, and they don't know what to make of it. You do come across the part where she does document your names, which she had then post promised to not mention or not document. So, as good paleontologists, archaeologists, researchers in general cite their sources. And that's just what they do. It's very, very important, especially Cole, you're familiar with this as far as making sure your information is factual and backed up. It's like the whole press thing of like have more than one source. You don't have to ever name your sources as far as getting where your information is, but always have more than one source that corroborates this information. Technically, with you guys, she had 6 sources. But
we're also a single source.
right, and she counted herself and her research team as another. So she was also too excited to be like, this makes too much sense. This makes too much sense. And it was also preliminary, and it was never like quite reported officially just quite yet. What exactly other specific information you're looking for within these news?
Well, I guess, yes, if there's anything that she like wasn't, forthright with, stuff that she was maybe kind of hiding or.
Cool. This is specifically like reading a book, so there's no insight check done. Like, she pours her heart out on this stuff. It doesn't look like she was hiding anything. She was pretty forthright with everything that she was telling you. She told you almost everything that you did. The other stuff that she didn't tell you is like, complicated archaeologist and paleontologist terms that you don't quite understand. Like, oh, it could be from this Paleolithic era or something like that.
Is there anything about the Ehrenbachs or Masha Ehrenbach, Lady Ehrenbach, or like anything?
Very, very good point. Very good question. This was her logbook. So as far as outside relations to those that would like give her sponsorship, but they aren't mentioned here. This is specifically her scientific journal. So only facts go in here. This isn't her personal journal, like of what it is that she's doing, if that's what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's anything else.
That's not that I can think of.
Okay. Yeah, the cool thing is that you have all this information accessible, but only to you because you're the one that can read this language. And unfortunately, you don't understand the more complicated terms that are being portrayed here, which makes sense. Not even I understand most of the complicated terms. A normal person doesn't understand the complicated terms that a paleontologist or archaeologist is talking about, which makes a good amount of sense. What you're grasping from this is that if you ever needed to like check, for example, just for argument's sake, if you were to ever find, if you were ever to go back to where you found those dragon bones before and been like, I wonder if I could find some correlations between these two, you could absolutely do that. These notes pretty much act as a surrogate for being there and be able to do an investigation check of being there because she was so thorough with her notes. So you basically, for all intents and purposes, have a mobile archaeological dig in your notes. Granted, it's only up to the point where they got to digging, but so all the notes of the new species, the oddities, the text that wasn't able to be translated is transcribed here, of which you still can't read, but she told you what it meant. Interesting point of order. When the book tries to portray that text, it seems... Roll an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 5.
Feel hungry. You just feel hungry. A little hungry.
All right. Trishini, what was that called?
That's one of your regular motivations.
You're right, it's being hungry.
You're just like, oh, soup. Oh, right. Stew.
Yes, is it okay for me to come back over there now?
Well, I was gonna say, would you be able to take some paper and I'll like dictate to you what I can get for yesterday's notes, and then you just start writing it down.
Yeah, do you want it in common or what language?
You just, I guess, common. That's
Okay, sure. I'll take whatever time it needs to.
So this is going to take a while because this is not. These are notes that have been transcribed from her over the course of like weeks.
Well, I'm only doing because she has a copy of
You
all
want to
that.
do cliff notes?
Well, no, because she has a copy of all that you said. So I'm just doing the stuff that
The last day.
that we destroyed.
Okay, cool.
Because she said she already had a copy. Of the
Here's
rest.
the deal. Okay.
Do you want it on that
He
regular
promised
paper?
he'd send
Yeah,
her a
yeah,
copy
yeah, the regular paper.
Okay,
that
cool.
day's notes.
I understand.
So she could fill in her
Sure. Yes. Here's what I'll say. If you spend your time up until the time you have to go to bed tonight doing nothing but that, do me a favor and roll an intelligence check.
Yeah, and I
No more negative.
Because you have to be able to
Right, yeah, it's no longer negative.
because you have to be able to translate the language, even the words that you don't understand, to her in a comprehensive fashion, even though you understand it by looking at it innately.
Yeah.
and it's not something that if I were to cast comprehend languages again, I'd be able to.
You tried that and it
Well,
didn't
but
like it.
no.
Remember that one time?
But this was for Willow's book, not necessarily.
But
Right.
you
No,
did
you
try
tried
it
it with
on
with the fetish that
Yeah.
one time, which was
Yeah.
the same
I don't know if
language,
I didn't like it.
and
but
it
didn't work.
did not like it.
Yeah, it was okay. So I'll do that, but I still would want to identify the scrolls before falling asleep.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Well, you did so already.
Yeah, I just
so this is just straight up intelligence check?
Yeah.
2.
2.
buddy.
Yeah. I'm still learning.
So you get
No
this.
longer a 1.
Yeah.
So you get this information from him as though a 5th grader wrote it.
Can I like try to make? Because I'm also assuming that there's. It's kind of like
She could probably fill in the gaps.
You want to like
can tell there's
infer?
an
Go ahead and
obvious-
roll an intelligence check.
it'd be like reading an instruction manual that was written in another language initially and,
And it
then
was
translated
for
via
like a babblefish or bullshit
yeah,
like that.
which
yeah,
is just
yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it is, except the big words aren't replacement words. They're just stuff was put into things.
Okay. So what can I do?
Intelligence. Just straight intelligence.
Okay. 10.
10.
It's really poorly translated. I mean,
So here's the deal.
uh,
You lose most of the complicated like scientific terms and
Okay.
like what it is they mean. There's a good like 30% of this that to both of you doesn't make cohesive contextual sense. You're unsure whether that's going to make sense to Bagra or not, or whether she'll be able to get her what it is that you were getting at. But that's what you have here right now.
What? So if we give this to Gogrek, what?
Grog-
Gogrek.
Grogrug? Yeah. Yeah.
Grogrug.
Grogrug.
If we give this to him, and then he leaves in the morning,
Mhm.
then she'll have it by tomorrow, and maybe it's fresh enough in her head that she'll be able to know what to do with it.
I hope so. Like dude, I know that I didn't do a good job on this. Like you know those times when you had the papers that your professors and you're like, oh shit, they wrote this the night before, and
What's
like,
a professor?
sorry,
Teacher.
teacher, yes,
Oh, so it's like the Tinker guy.
Yes.
yeah. When they ask you to do something, yeah.
There's the intelligence coming in. Look at that.
Baby steps, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not great. It's not my best work, but
This is the first time I've ever read any of this, so
I mean, it likes you better than it likes me. So
I beat it. So
right, you gotta take care of your books.
yeah,
Love them. Yeah, give them good paper and ink.
yeah.
All right, so we'll do that for the evening and just try to get it ready, and then you want okay. So if we give it to Grogrug.
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 Grogrug. See the Grogrug. It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, that work.
Yeah.
I don't remember anymore right now.
It was something like that.
It's spelled
Yeah.
Grogrug.
Yeah.
But whether it's
Grogrug.
Grogrug or Grogrug, I don't know anymore. So he'll respond to both.
Okay. So yeah, we'll give it to him tonight just because I don't know when he's leaving in the morning.
He said something about an ass crack. I don't remember what else, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, could be. Yeah, I think it's a 50-50 chance. He's probably going to be hungover tomorrow and sleep in. Who knows? But
tonight to be safe.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So we'll deliver those papers with a note saying, please give to the archaeologist.
You got it. And you give these to Grogrug.
Yeah.
You got it. He's like,
Pardon me.
oh,
Thank you.
all right. What is this? Sorry, I'm still not myself from the whole thing you had me drink earlier.
So this is for the paleontologist at the dig site between here and where the worm thing is.
You got it. I'll make sure to pop it off to her.
She looks like this, and I give him the description because I'm like seeing that he's glassy-eyed still and just not.
Sure.
getting
Do
it.
me a favor. Roll just straight charisma check to see if you can describe what it is that she's looked like. Because this is like social tact, right? How to describe somebody to somebody.
Not bad. Not bad for a wizard.
Don't at me.
I mean, it could be how well you remember somebody too.
Yeah, because but remembering it and communicating it are two different things.
And
10. Like you said, she's a gnome. She's got this color hair.
she's got a pith helmet.
He's like, right. I imagine if I just give it to one of them, it'll find its way.
You put her name on the front, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, that's super helpful. If I just go like, Bogra, Swishy Stone. I get it. Okay. Reading's not my strong part, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. I won't read it.
You won't miss the dig. Doesn't matter if you do, really. The dig site is rather big. You'll see a lot of bones.
It's along the way. I don't
Yeah.
think it like I said, we know to find stuff. So like we said we're looking for the side tunnel for your stuff. So
If you see a burned down tent, just a single burned down tent, you're pretty close.
Didn't we make
that's
it?
there.
We tried, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's oddly specific, but I'll keep that in mind.
Somebody got a little crazy with the fire.
You can guess who that was.
I wonder who.
Oh,
Argus is like, what?
that's my boy. That's my boy. Oh man, what a good fucking
nephew. Anyway, yes, I'll make sure I get your note where it needs to go. Is that all you need?
Yeah, no, yeah, we appreciate it.
Hey, well, it was nice to meet you, friend. What was your name again?
John.
John. Yeah, John. Hey, you're an ugly fucker, ain't you?
He's
Yeah,
beautiful. Stop it.
Sorry. Sometimes words come out of my mouth when I don't think about it, but I'm gonna look. I ain't no spring chicken. I understand. No, look, but let me tell you a secret. Sometimes they prefer it that way.
There's a blacksmith in Sasso. I mean, you're not wrong.
Because like the whole thing about like ugly dudes or ugly people, they don't wander. They're gonna be loyal. I like having that reputation. It's like you bet your ass on
I
me.
mean, we've been wandering. It's 3 months, but
Well, I mean,
I,
figuratively, I'll take your note. Don't worry about it. You be safe now. We're gonna rest here. We're gonna head out in the morning.
I think
So are
we're
we.
doing the same.
Going the other way.
All right. Well. Hey, little boy, make sure you take care of yourself and tell your mother to say goodbye.
Of course.
Or-
All right, go to sleep. You're drunk.
you ain't wrong. All right. All right. What do you guys do then?
Colin, if Revic's still with us and the two familiars are all on watch.
Okay.
Yeah. Are they still like hanging nearby us?
Yeah,
What's up?
Willow's kept quite a bit of her distance. Now that she's come to a place where she can possibly get more information, she's super hyper focused on that. Revic has again just pretended to be a statue in the corner, just analyzing, observing, thinking. Because remember, the first time he was ever booted up, so this is like he had more a chance to view people in general and their behavior. So he's like analyzing,
Sure.
learning.
Are we the actual idiots we seemed when he first met us? Or is it like everybody?
You'll never know.
We're still the idiots.
Oh, I know we are, but that's probably what's going on in his mind.
Right.
Right.
Oh, also, at this time, I'm going to attune to my cape and change the symbol to a rat.
You're gonna change the symbol to a rat?
Yay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yay.
Great. Is it, like what
It's just like
What
two
pose
little
is the rat
rats
in?
just like giving each other high fives.
Yes.
great, amazing. Like double high fives, like
No,
form
just like
of
one.
a rat.
It's like
Perfect.
Do their like tails come up above? and
Are they,
make
like,
a
jumping in
heart
the
or
air when
something?
they're doing
it?
Fantastic.
their tails are like making a heart, and they're like
Oh
giving
my
each other.
god.
I
Are they
changed
doing
my
like
mind.
the Beck Breakfast Club like
The best friend, like heart.
Yeah.
They're doing like a best friend. No, they're doing each other a hug,
Okay.
and their tails are making a heart.
and they're not doing the high fives?
Maybe. I'm like sitting here.
Decide.
I'm Sofka's like literally like planning
image
out
is,
this
like,
shot.
Keep
Thing.
sketching it,
Sketching out.
sketching it and erasing
Like
it.
she's like drawing it on the ground. I'm like drawing it on the ground. Okay, so they're giving each other high fives, and their tails are forming a circle above them.
Oh, cool. Okay, so
Cool.
like it's like unity,
Yeah.
yin yang
Awesome.
kind of high five. You got it.
Yeah.
What colors are we talking about here?
Right.
It's just so it's on the red background, so it's just black on the red
Yeah,
background.
you can make it black. So
No,
you
I'm
have
not
you have two color choices when it comes to be. You can have like a gold or a black on red background.
Yeah, I'm gonna do black.
You got it. Fantastic. It looks beautiful. It starts to bleed into the banner, just like your ink bleeds onto the page when you open it and look at it.
It does
It
look
just
beautiful.
Yes.
It does.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's so boho, hobo chic. It's great.
So wait, are we staying like in an actual inn or something? Or are we just like
No,
sleeping
it's-
on the ground in the middle of
Not
It's a-
even
this whole
except
thing?
tents. There
It's
are
a
no
walled, like,
buildings here.
Courtyard, essentially. Like it's an open space, but it's like
It's a
walls.
workstone courtyard, and that's
So-
it. The only permanent buildings here are the walls and the guard towers that are built into the corners of the wall.
We're still camping. We just don't have to worry about.
Right.
Everything else here is temporary and could be
Ever
mobile.
buy replacement tents? Because if not, then the dome's probably our better choice anyway.
I have a 10.
I'm good sleeping out under the like. We don't have to worry about weather. So just unroll my bedroll and
Yep.
fall asleep.
I mean,
There's quite a few tents up here.
whatever you want to do, Cole.
There's about good about like 40 to 50 tents up here.
Cole's gonna look up and go. I don't trust that ceiling. I'd like something in between me and it when it falls on me. I'm gonna go inside the hut.
Yeah, can I come too? Like, you
Oh,
make such a nice,
yeah,
pretty
order
snack.
'em up.
Cool. Thanks.
Can Twig come in?
Okay,
Is he still a spider?
Yes.
you'll be on the.
No.
No.
I'll put my bedroll next to Gizmo.
I'm sleeping
If you
outside.
can't go in, I won't go in.
I'm sleeping outside, and all of my rats are sleeping next to me with little cloths over it.
Oh my god! Each has a little tiny bed.
Yeah, like
So you
that.
start
Like,
Little bandana
You
kinda.
tear off patches from your clothes because you have patchwork clothes that you.
yeah, I'm just like
just-
tearing off a patch and putting it on my
Each one
rat.
gets a patch.
I
Oh
need
my
fan art of
god.
that, please. People send me fan art of
Yes.
stuff because these little rats like
Oh
that.
my
Come on.
god.
They're
So you have like a
cute.
whole arm, like from your elbow up to your wrist that you're
Yeah, no, it's
missing.
like it's just like missing, like right
Yeah,
here.
because you made them own their own little patches. So they-
Yeah.
And they like, and they
Oh,
do the
yeah.
thing where they go
No,
up the
I-
bottom of the patch and then they rest in after their head pokes in,
Yeah.
and,
Little nosies coming.
just the little noses come
He's so
out,
cute.
and it's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
octopus.
I totally need fan art of that. If anybody wants to like send that to me.
Yeah.
And then the little baby's on the very end, or the little like the runt is on the
Little
very
man.
end. Little man.
Do you make like you take like a couple of twigs or something that would be or roots, I guess, since we're underground, and like make a little tent with your new cape? Like your cape's still attached to you, but it's like
I'll like
the
use my
rat
crowbar.
symbol.
You used your crowbar
I'll like
to make
set
a
it on the.
lean-to.
right, and then
Rat
they're over
size
the
building
rats.
house.
Yeah.
Amazing. Perfection. Incredible. Okay. Great. So you guys bed down for a long rest. Nothing else. Adam, you look like you want to do something for
Cool.
you. Okay. You guys bed down for a long rest. Well, those of you who are watching, I'll do Willow is sleeping.
Conk, Revic, and the familiar.
Con,
Yep.
Revic, and Shakar.
Or in
Twig.
twig. Yeah.
Revic did absolutely horrendously.
I feel like Twig and I know I've said this before, but I feel like Twig and Shakar get on like just random adventures in the night. They're like
Just scurrying about and flying.
right,
around.
exactly. Like
Yeah, they have like a whole movie of the secret of Nim while you sleep. What'd you get?
18.
it was a nat 20 or
Shit.
yeah. Or 23.
What'd I get? 11. You said 18, correct? 18 and 27. 23. Most people bed down for the night. Like the thing is, like, there's no night here, right? But there's still a circadian rhythm that they ascribe to, and so with that, most of the people do bed down. You see torches and small campfires begin to turn down into embers, and things begin to die down and darkness starts to set in. Those of you that don't have dark vision anymore start to find it more and more and more difficult to see before you slip and drift off into sleep. Does the spider have dark vision?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Does Conk have dark vision?
He shares my vision, so yes.
Okay. So 60 feet of dark vision.
120 for Shakar.
Of course. Something does stand out to you. There's one individual that appears to be making their way across the courtyard. Well, not to you, but to Tom
Mhm.
and Shakar. They're just kind of watching. One individual holding a torch up, kind of hunched over. Looks to be some dwarven individual, just kind of making their way across the courtyard toward the direction of the two carts with the large crates and barrels.
Conk would, like, obviously put himself between them
Well,
and me.
he's not doing any suspicious behavior.
No,
I want to be
I
very
understood.
clear. It's just a person walking across the courtyard.
If someone
With
came
a
into
torch
our
towards-
bubble,
Towards
Of
he
course.
would put himself between them and me.
let me give you a little bit of a visual to give you a better idea as to what's going on.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. That's why I brought the whiteboard. Okay, so this is, here we go. Bum.
Okay.
I draw terribly. You're just going to have to deal with it. This is, we've got a guard tower here. 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 We're going to do north here. There we go. So this is the gate that would go to Karadim.
Mm-hmm.
This is the gate that would go northward, further up into more of the triway that would go north. And this is the gate that would go west towards Minha. The quadrant that pretty much has all the tents set up is here.
Okay.
Ooh, let's see if I can draw a tent.
You got this.
You're halfway there.
Thank you guys for the votes of confidence.
Speaking of drawing, here is my signal.
Cute.
He's so cute.
There you go. There's tent. That's where the tent
I
quadrant
love it,
is.
dude. That's awesome.
That's the tent quadrant. The crates and everything are over, or the barrels and crates over. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna draw a crate inside because I know. Okay, hold on. Let me just do.
Yeah,
this.
just do a normal. You
I got it. I know how to
Fill
draw
it.
a cube.
and a cylinder. Can you do it?
Shut up. Okay, there's the crates and the wagons that have the crates upon them. Okay? That's where they are, near this guard tower. It appears that some of the power of the guards here are lending their like muscle to protect this as well. But they're doing as nonchalant as they possibly can, but you guys are smart. You know what's going on. The vendors have mostly set up here in the northwestern quadrant. The tent quadrant is the southwestern quadrant, and these are over here. They've kind of kept it a bit. A lot of this is kind of people milling about and doing whatever it is they need to do. Some of the cooking happens over here. Maybe one of this. Anyway, that's kind of the layout is what this is.
Sure.
There appears to be an individual that was over here somewhat that is kind of making their way toward that direction.
Okay.
Okay? If that makes
Okay.
sense.
With a torch.
With a torch in hand. Looks like a dwarven. There are fires and torches and sconces along the walls throughout that kind of give dim light throughout. And you know, having an individual with a torch is not super abnormal, but it's just, you know, usually people getting up this late at night, if that's a thing, due to circadian rhythms. Especially those who have dark vision, just don't bother with the torch just so they don't bother other people.
And it's
This
a
person,
dwarf.
it is from what you can tell, it is a dwarf, yes. Like the stature and the size of the creature alludes to everything as a dwarf.
So Shakar notices
So
this.
Shakar does. Conk does.
Twig knows nothing.
Conk
Twig can only
probably
speak to
wouldn't do anything about it. Shakar probably just like, okay, whatever.
It's not directly a threat to us, so I would say that Conk doesn't do any. Like,
Can I was like trying to teach Shakar more about like what's a real threat versus not. Like, can I
gotta
try to
be
roll
honest.
like a random intelligence check for him to see if
Okay, I gotta be honest with you on this.
Okay. I know he's not smart.
He's not an individual because due to the magic that which he is he's not an individual that is capable of increasing or learning. He
Okay.
is what he is, and that's the way it is. However, he is inextricably connected to you, so regardless of the fact that whether you're trying to teach him, you could still roll an intelligence check for him.
fire plus gunpowder equals bad.
Granted, he doesn't understand the concept of gunpowder. He does understand what you understand. So, like, but it did have
Feel like-
the nuances of understanding. Hey, people knowing our names is probably not a great thing. So,
Fire bad.
like I said,
Fire on that wagon, bad.
which is why I'm going to leave his threat assessment almost ultimately and entirely all the time up to the dice,
Exactly.
which because it just makes too much sense not
Yeah,
to.
of course.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me.
Okay. Nat 20 again.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah.
He says
Um,
fire plus what we think is in these barrels equals bad.
That being said, an owl's
Granted-
intelligence is
-1.
minus.
Oh, because it's not a giant owl. That's right. It's
So it's
-4.
16.
16. So he still gets that. Fire plus what we think of these barrels equals bad or big boom.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, that's just one of the scenarios that goes through his tiny little mind. That is very unlikely because all this person is doing is just going for a stroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just one of those, those scenarios to be like, what if I just walked off this bridge? That go through your mind sometimes, or like, what if I just opened the door and jumped out the car just for fun to see what happened, Or like, what if I decided to go inside and buy apple juice for no reason other than just to make the cashier feel weird? What if I bought a cucumber and condoms just to be weird about it? Like those kind of things,
think
like,
you just
things that you will. Okay,
Right.
all right. I understand there's a lot of this coming from my personal experience. Y'all need to stop judging me. But
Apple
you
juice
know
is
what I'm
delicious.
talking about. Those things, all those
Why would buying
hypotheticals.
apple juice be weird?
Okay, shut up. It's a scenario of hypothetical scenarios that go through your
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
So this is just one of the hypothetical
Sure.
scenarios that goes through his head, where is a very, 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 very unlikely, but it just still occurs to them
Right.
nonetheless.
Right.
If the fire gets too close, it could be bad.
Right. And that hypothetical scenario raises in chances the closer and closer that torch gets to
Mhm.
this. So at the moment, there's no cause for alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Continue walking.
He
Goes on.
he will tap Conk to like show Conk.
Conk noticed.
Okay.
Eat twig.
Yeah.
You're both kind of just like gauging and just keeping an eye on them
Yeah.
because it's like one of the only people that's still awake other than the guardsman.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they're guards. Never mind.
And Revik, but Revik is
And there were mercenaries guarding that caravan, so
Right.
it should be fine.
Right. Still watching. Okay, so watch. Continue
you
watching.
can just continue.
If he
watching.
if that individual gets within 20 feet of the black powder, let's say,
Okay.
Shigar will swoop in and try to like distract him or try to take the torch away.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Granted, I have to take what it is that you're going to tell your familiar to do while you're unconscious with a grain of salt.
Of course.
Because you don't have direct control over him while you're unconscious. But that I agree with you. That makes sense. So yes,
Torch range. If the light from the torch gets into direct range of the wagon,
like the 20 feet then.
Conk will push me into the hut for protection.
Also makes sense. I don't doubt that. Like you both fire plus black powder is bad.
Right.
Mhm.
Causes explosion. Just in case. Probably not going to happen. But yeah.
Right.
And obviously I
Kick
won't
you.
wake up just being
Well, it's already been
With your
established.
history.
Right.
Actually wake you up.
Precedent
Exactly.
He's
happens.
just gonna like
With your track
slide
record.
me underneath into the hut so that I'm
Maybe he'll just like pick you up like
Perfect.
a baby.
Roll into my ankle.
He'll bag you by
Through the air, you didn't wake
yeah,
up.
he'll
30
grab you by
feet.
the ankle and just swing you like
he'll protect me
Anyway,
by
anyway,
sliding me
anyway.
into the hut.
Anyway, you continue to watch. The individual stops at about like kind of like the midway point, almost direct center of the courtyard. Shikar and Conk notice them just kind of look around, reach into their cloak for something, kneel down on one leg. It looks like they're whispering.
Wait a minute. Do they recognize the figure?
Does Conk recognize the figure?
Yeah.
Roll perception check. Shikar can as well.
Okay.
It
11.
looks like a
Just a
dwarf.
dwarf.
It's really
Okay.
hard to tell with the weird shadows and light it's casting upon their form too, and they're heavily cloaked. It's really hard to tell. It looks like they kneel down and like grab something near their neck and whisper something, and then they continue on, and they're kind of like making a wide arc, but it appears that they are heading circumventally towards that area where the crates and that guard tower may be in the northeastern quadrant.
But there are still some. Are there still some guards on the ground, like interposing themselves between the black powder and?
There
or
are
no?
guards around the crates.
Okay,
Yes.
cool,
Yes.
cool, cool.
But like half of them are like sleeping near the crates, and the other half are watching guard.
Cool.
Yeah. No,
All
they're
right.
they're professionals. They know what they're doing.
All right. Okay.
Some time passes. You see them walk over to the eastern wall. Appears like they pull down their pants. They pee on the wall, which is like not too far from like the latrine hole. So this is normal. Pull it up.
Just
Keep
thick for not
walking.
using the actual latrine.
Looks like they hail down one of the guards and start like some. It's hard to hear from this distance, but some they start to like chew the fat, and like you hear a chuckle and a laugh. One of the guards walks over to the dude. Roll a perception check again for Conk and Shakar. I can roll again, yeah,
21.
because there's noise happening. So
15.
21.
Conk notices that the individual comes close. Guy puts a hand on him, leans on him, gives him a hug. They both walk over to the wall. The guard gets propped up against the wall. The guard looks like he's just napping up across the wall. Walks over to another guard whose back is turned. Body goes limp.
Guard's
Okay.
not guarding. Guard's
Yeah.
not guarding.
Yep. I mean, would Conk have a way to communicate
They're
that?
well within 20 feet of what
Yeah.
is going on now.
Okay.
At the moment, from the point of, I don't want to say egress, but entrance, infiltration into this like surrounding thing, there is a gap. This individual absolutely could get through, and they are well within 20 feet of this.
There are guards not now guarding the
Well,
thing they're supposed
There
to
are
guard.
guards that
Think it's
aren't conscious.
Yeah. So he would,
Right.
that would be an alert.
Yeah, absolutely. Conk. Roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you wake up while he pushes you into the dome.
Can I, given that he's gone for my leg before, can I see if, like, Zemdak has leaned into my leg before, can I
Sure.
see if I wake up from Zemdak rolling into me?
Because you're in the dome too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, here's the
both
deal.
of us are.
Shakar goes and sees this, and you do what Shakar said, and he swoops over to get a closer look.
Yeah.
Yes, I will just say at a disadvantage because
Sure.
it's more of a nudge than anything.
Right.
Would it be at
What'd you get?
advantage?
9.
9. Nope, you're fast asleep.
Would Conk
1, you're
alert
fast asleep.
Twig to
I thought it was low numbers were good.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought low
Last
numbers.
number.
Oh,
last
right,
time
you're
high numbers
correct,
were-
you're correct. Right, I totally forgot about that. Yes. So you do kind of muster. You got a natural 1. You are an extremely light sleeper. You wake up immediately.
I hate on the ground. Okay.
What's going on, bud?
You just feel the last bit of him sliding you in, and Trisheni wakes up next to you. Got it right. Twig is oblivious, doesn't know what's going on.
Well, I was gonna say, would Conk or Shakar or anyone let Twig know?
Conk is busy shoving him. Shakar has flown off to check the thing out. Twig, with that 10, noticed Conk move him.
Where is Twig at this point? Is he just
I
still like
assume they
hanging
were
on
like
your shoulder
all
or
like kind of
something,
chilling
or-
together. All 3 of them were kind of chilling together.
Yeah, just
On
checking
their
different
adventures.
sides.
Like, it was
Right.
like Twig,
I imagine-
Conk, and then Shakar.
I
and
imagine
Conk's shoulder.
Twig like perches on the hut.
Oh yeah, that's right. So if the hut ever
Above
drops, it falls on their pole every
Right.
time. So stupid. Perfect. Absolutely. Yeah. Twig hasn't really noticed anything other than, I mean, the obvious thing of Conk pushing them into, and then Trisheni and Zemdak waking up.
What's up, bud?
So would that be enough for him to be like, "That's weird," and just wake me?
Um,
Because I'm not in the hut. I'm
I'd
outside
say
the hut.
that I'd say perhaps not yet, because just having your friends roused from being sleeping in the night doesn't mean threat. It just means
Well,
oh,
no, saying like Conk push him into the tent is what I mean.
that's up to you. What do you think Twig would do?
I think it was weird.
You think it was weird? Do you think he'd wake you up because of it? What's your honest answer to that question?
I think he would climb down from where he's
Okay.
at least.
All right, just to kind of like assess the situation better.
Yeah.
Okay. He absolutely does that. Okay. Great.
Revik, status report.
Revik's good like 30 feet off, but he can hear you. There's like nothing too out of character. Natural one and it's perception.
Why are you asking about that? Wait, why are you in here?
I don't know. Conk sensed something was up.
I try to communicate with Shakar, like just telepathically reach out. What's up, buddy? Come on. I'm fully
You get to
like,
say,
wait,
hey, I'm looking at this dude that keeps hugging guards, and they're sleepy now.
That's not normal. That's not normal. Like that. I mean, Trishani's smart. She's gonna put it
Okay.
together. So
So you gonna warg into him? Or-
yeah, I'll word into
You
him.
warg into him. You see, one of the guards that this guy's hugging. That's a blood trickling down his mouth, and he's being leaned up against one of the guard towers. He's sneaking his way through two of the tents where two of the other guards are sleeping, and because each tent would have had like a guard outside and a guard sleeping inside, the two ones that were awake are gone now, and he's a good like 10 feet away from this blazing torch, grasping something around his neck. Roll a perception check at advantage for Shakar.
Buddy, come on. 12.
12. He was 10.
Okay.
You notice among the flickering light of the camps, the tents, and the torch, that this dwarf in figure has very pale skin. They continue to get closer.
I describe. I'm
silent.
I'm full on describing what's happening to Zemtak. I know that any noises wouldn't, right?
Roll a
Any
history
noises.
check at advantage for me.
Really pale dwarf seems to be coming close to the thing. We really should probably get out there. This is not good. Their fire's way too close to that stuff. Based on what you've told me.
19.
19. These things happen simultaneously. Ready? You hear this. One of the things that goes through your head, I'm like, this could be one of two things. This could be the pale dwarves from the
Yeah.
north, or
No,
this
no, no.
could be-
The Ashborn or the Dumathoin's blessed.
no. That's Urdanir.
Erdinir. Yeah, yeah.
Urdanir, no. They're a little darker than this.
Okay.
This is there's a couple things here.
Could be the dwarves that I hang out with.
Let me finish explaining so
Yeah.
you get a better idea of what's going on. There are one of two things this could be. I mean, it could be an Urdanir, but it's a little, not everything lines up as to what she's saying. There's a couple things, but there's a couple stopgaps as well. Two things that check all the boxes are, could be a pale dwarf from up north, or could be a Duragar.
How far away are they from us?
Duragar don't have the most agreeable history.
Sure. And being where we are, that probably makes more sense.
What's up?
How far away are they from us?
From you, I'd say probably 120 feet,
Okay,
if not more.
if not more. Okay.
This is a large junction. Granted, the size of the tunnel had widened up in order to make room for the junction, and then it begins to narrow as it goes along the trackway.
I will rush out of the tent after seeing what he saw. I will rush out of the tent, go as far as I possibly can with my movement, and
No, keep going.
and cast vortex warp to move that individual over to another side away from that.
That's what you're intending to do.
Yeah.
What about you?
Duragar in the camp. Guards.
Okay, we're gonna roll for initiative here
Okay.
because it depends on whether this creature is gonna get to what it is that they're doing first, or you, and blah blah blah. So go ahead. Those of you who are still unconscious don't get to roll for initiative. However,
But you did say
once they take their turns, Tweb will absolutely be alert with shit's going down, and they can take their turn to wake you up. Make
And-
sense?
And Zemdak did say that inside the tent, so Cole would be able to probably also hear him say
Possibly,
that, right?
yes. Like
Depending
anybody
on
who's
when-
inside the tent. Well, again, tent or the dome does not
The dome,
disperse
sorry.
sound. So if he's just yelling, if you're just yelling that, anybody in the general vicinity can make a Constitution saving throw to wake up.
Yep.
Great. You two roll initiative because
Okay.
those who are not conscious don't get to roll for initiative just quite yet.
Do you want me to roll for Argus? Since
Argus is not awake.
no, I'm saying
for
for
the con save.
the con save to see if he wakes up.
We'll see.
Okay. Buck.
So I was rolling con save to.
Well, we'll wait because we have to get to the initiative order because it depends. You can only roll a con save on when that happens
Okay,
because
gotcha.
like you know what I mean. Like if that happens late, then you're fucked. What'd you get for your initiative?
8.
8,
17.
17, natural 1 for the pale dwarven individual.
Good.
They still have a hefty bonus, but that still puts Zemdak. You are first. Whoa.
So I shout out.
Thank you. You shout out. What do you say exactly?
Pale dwarf in the camp. Danger.
Just the fact that the volume of your voice does disturb those around you, specifically those in your immediate area. Soft, you can roll a check. You can roll a con save. Argus can roll a con save.
Cole.
Pale dwarf is just like
What about Cole too?
Cole. Yes, you can as well. Pale dwarf is more just like, well, what? But the fact that you're making a loud raucous still is like,
It's supposed to be
shut
quiet.
up, dude.
Crossbow.
So I rolled a couple things. I rolled initiative for the people in the camp. I rolled initiative for the individual, the pale individual, and I rolled initiative for the guards around me.
Okay.
None of them really great. So I'm gonna keep track here
So we're trying to roll low for
for the
Con
con
save.
save. Yes.
sweet.
Because it's pretty much you being able to stay asleep is the con save.
Amazing. Amazing. Perfect timing.
I mean, can I take a full action here?
You absolutely can, yes.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Yeah. Pull out my crossbow. It's long range for it, but I can still shoot that far.
You gonna shoot him?
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick, just what's your alignment?
I was going for like chaotic neutral,
Okay,
chaotic good.
Just because I'm curious, because you don't know too much about this other than they are a pale individual. Would Zemdak shoot without being provoked?
Conk saw it as a threat,
Okay,
pushed me,
you got it.
and she's saying it's a threat.
Yeah,
I
as
described
long
it.
as you feel, yeah, you don't have to convince me. You have to
I'm-
convince yourself.
I'm trusting the things that I've said
got
that this is a threat.
You got it.
So yes, I believe it to be a problem.
Torch is within 10 feet of this.
I mean, and yeah, if he's holding a torch, I can see him.
Yeah.
Approaching danger.
You're still warged into this creature to Shikara. You didn't drop it yet. You can drop it on your turn.
Okay, cool. Because it's free to do that.
Yes.
Cool, cool,
Right?
cool.
I would see him holding a torch approaching
Absolutely.
black powder.
Yep.
So yeah, I would recognize that as a threat
You
as
got
well.
it. What was your initiative?
8.
What did you get in your con save?
10.
10. That's you just saved. You're still asleep. Cole. 21?
21.
21. Okay. You see you're still asleep as well.
Argus got
Argus
a
got
22.
There you
You're
are.
still asleep as well.
Hey.
I
There you
heard
go. Now you're in.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I got a nat 1.
Nat 1. You wake up, bud. Roll initiative.
Hell yeah. 16.
16.
Wow.
Your
Attacks.
no, but what your initiative was 17?
I think so.
I believe you're gonna go
Yeah.
next.
Okay. Cool.
Because it's Zemdak, then Sofka,
No, you did say that once he did something, Tweg would then wake me up.
Mhm.
Once. Now
Right,
we use
because
the
Tweg happens technically on your turn, so I guess you do get 2 con saves. Yeah,
And you were outside the dome. So
Right, yeah.
Twig
because
can
you get the
to
loud noise and the like tickle in your ear. That's like
Right.
sticks your
Yeah.
its tendrils in
Hey,
your ear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate
Because
that.
now
Noel,
he's
what
done
was
something.
your initiative? What was Trishani's initiative?
8.
8.
You almost said it.
Okay, so that time I got an 8.
So you got, I believe Trishani's going to beat you on that dexterity check.
Wait, no, that's my
Con
con
save
save. That's
to
my
wake
con
up.
save.
Con save. Okay,
Yeah,
you wake
con
up. Go ahead and roll initiative. Yeah, you wake up.
So 6.
6,
6 for
6 for initiative. What is your dexterity modifier?
the score or the modifier.
The score.
14.
Okay, you got it. Just getting my initiative all set up here. Log. Slog. Always
Better
get that
than
sound
that.
stuck in
It's
my head.
good.
What'd you get for your initiative? Oh, you're good. You're good.
yeah.
I got you. Because you're right. You're 16.
You got a 21 on your con save,
Yeah.
He's still.
so he's still sleeping.
Yeah, he's still sleeping.
Which means the dome is still up, which isn't a bad thing
Yeah. Well,
Right.
even if he's the dome remains up
as long as
until-
he's inside of it.
as long as he's inside of it
something that goes boom. Is
Right.
What he's saying.
for the duration, as long as he's inside of it.
If
Doesn't
he
have to
stays
concentrate.
asleep and something goes wrong, we can all still hop inside.
Right.
the
Granted,
hut.
it doesn't have a hemisphere, meaning at the bottom it does not get covered.
Right.
Ooh,
But
that's no good.
the collapse on top just rolls off. Potentially.
Potentially.
Depending on how much is there.
We could end up with a bubble of safety.
Yeah, because if the bottom collapses, that's it. Yeah, if the floor collapses, that's it.
Mm.
Because then he's technically no longer within the dome,
Right.
so the dome fades.
Crossbow shots.
Crossbow shots. Go ahead, roll.
13 hit.
13 does not hit.
How about a 17?
17 does not.
Okay. So both the bolts.
This person has maximum dexterity. Roguey, rogue, rogue, roguey, rogue, rogue, rogue.
Okay.
Both of the bolts go.
Okay, so here's the deal. Because that happened, and the bolts go into the guard camp.
Didn't roll a natural 1. Don't be hitting my
No,
allies.
no. They didn't. You don't hit anybody.
Okay.
It just like is alerting them
Sure.
to danger.
Perfect.
But they rolled
Garbage.
so to the fact they slept through the whole thing and they didn't notice it. They rolled a perception check and a Constitution saving throw for the ones that were asleep. Amazing on the Constitution saving throw, a natural 1 on the perception check.
Great.
So absolute trash. You can't make this shit up, guys.
Let me
Great.
see.
Soft cuts, your turn.
Okay. Why? Let's see. Okay. I am going to try and make. So I'm gonna turn into a bear because I've missed that vibe. So I'm turning into a polar bear.
A polar bear.
Yeah, I'm big and scary, but also kind of cute.
Aw.
Um,
You do your best not to step on your new rat friends.
yeah, I like shove them in my pockets as we go, and they just
And
kind
they
of
transform?
and they
So
kind
they're
of
like technically melded into your form, or no, they're like in your fur as a
yeah,
polar
they're
bear?
like in my fur.
Aww.
I like shove them in my pockets before I transform, and then I transform. So they're like on my backs.
You got it.
Okay. So I'm going to run. And how far away are they?
They're about, at the very least, 120 feet away.
Okay.
It's a large courtyard.
Cool. I'm gonna take the dash action.
Okay. To get 80 feet there.
Could I get 80 feet there and roar, trying to make an intimidation check?
Yeah, I'll allow you to do that because you're trying to distract the individual from doing
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is they're doing. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
It'll also wake up everybody else too. So
Yes.
Yeah,
I
you
will.
roared, right?
Yes, you can roll another Constitution saving throw if you like. For those of you that are still asleep.
Okay, come on.
buddy, that's on another dice.
Okay, that's a 16 to try to distract, and
They're both amazing. What the hell?
so a 16 intimidation check.
16 intimidation check. You do distract. You see the individual turn, and in the light, you see pale, pupilless eyes, pale skin, bluish, frosty eyebrows.
So definitely not the dwarf.
Not a northern pale.
Okay.
You have seen things like this in your. This is a Durgar for sure.
Okay. Cool.
That does distract them. What that pretty much is going to do is make them take either a action or a bonus action on the turn, not both.
Sweet.
For this.
Argus rolled a 5 on his con save.
He's up too. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll initiative for him.
6. So
You're up too. Roll
That's on
initiative.
dice again. Okay. Argus got a 19 for initiative.
So he got fucked because initiative is already down there. Yeah.
Wait,
There.
unless you want to let Kenton do it because he just came in.
It is what it is. It is
All right, all right.
13.
13. Okay. That you're going to.
We just got to.
You're next, Cole.
Oh.
A
Okay.
couple of wagons full of black powder. Undercover.
Cole, you're up. It's your turn.
Pop awake. And he'll probably step out of the dome and go, "What's going on?" He didn't hear anything else.
As you step out of the dome drops.
Yeah. He doesn't know what's going on. Nobody's in the dome anymore, so.
That's true.
You see the polar bear in the light, and you see
Bounding towards the opposite side, the far side of the courtyard.
a figure holding a torch near those wagons
It's
that we
turned
saw.
around and looked at the polar bear. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me, Cole.
13.
13. This looks like you can't tell between. It could be a pale dwarf, it could be a Duragar, it could be just someone who didn't get a lot of sun. You don't know, but
But I see a polar bear running towards it,
that's true.
which I personally know polar bears are not found around here.
That's yes. You very much know polar bears are not found underground this far south.
Exactly. Cole's gonna run into an area where he's got like a 15 by 15 foot free square where there's nothing around him.
Cool. You can run like east by northeast.
I'm gonna cast Thunderwave.
Oh, to just make a loud noise.
Yeah, just wake up everybody in the camp.
Okay, and it's just at first level.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Because
You got it.
it makes a loud noise up to 300 feet out from where I'm.
You got it.
that
Okay. So for the people that aren't yet awake, you can roll another con save.
I think we're all awake.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we're all awake.
It's the guards.
What about
That's a natural 20 and a 19 for those that are still not awake. I
Whoa.
cannot believe
we had a
this, guys.
big
They're like-
day of-
They're like me.
Willow
Last-
and Revik still here.
They work real hard all day, so
Yeah,
when
Willow
they
and
sleep
Revik
like
still here.
rocks.
Yeah.
Willow and Revik.
Right, Willow.
Revik was awake.
Revik, yeah. Willow's up. Willow woke up. Willow woke up.
Yay.
It's just pretty trashy. It's gonna happen right before Log and Willow.
I just didn't want to be caught with a bunch of dead bodies in a camp, so I was
You
trying
got
to
it.
wake up
Um,
everybody.
Yeah.
Revik
no, that
is,
makes
is
sense.
up in a sense. He rolled worse than you for initiative, however. So. Okay. Cole, that's you. It's then the guards, of which those that are awake did not notice this individual. Those that are asleep have not yet woken up, so they just pass their turn without doing anything. This
They would've
individual
heard
is
the loud
extreme.
noise come like through the cavern.
Oh, right. No, I just rolled. Oh, the guards
guards that
notice
are
the loud noise. Okay, so they look at you, who makes the loud noise. I'm gonna roll.
Right.
I'm gonna give them another perception check to see if they like use their periphery to see if they find this individual.
And the
And the
polar
because-
bear.
And the polar
And
bear.
the polar bear, yeah. Okay, cool. They notice the polar bear
Oh, great.
bounding towards them, and they all go in the defense, but against you.
Oh, no.
This guy rolled a mad high stealth check. So I'm gonna let you guys know if you can't beat a 25 on perception, you won't be able to like notice. a lot of you noticed him before, and you were able to bead and track on them, and then pointed them out. That was different. For these individuals that haven't seen them up until this point, they got to beat a 25, or they will not notice them. Even with the torch up, they're like
They're still.
really good at what they do. So great. That was the guard's turn. It is then the pale individual's turn.
He beat me. Fuck.
Yeah, what was yours?
8.
Because you say he rolled a 1.
Sorry, yes. You are just
Do
before
something
them.
to
That's
Lord
correct.
Machete.
Trichetti. Yes, I have you right here. Yes,
You got it.
yes, they have a 6. You have an 8. So here's the deal.
Okay.
Please roll a perception check for Shakar before you warg out.
Okay. I did see him before, so
Yeah,
that's
this
just
is for something else.
okay. 17.
17. You hear
Uh-huh.
with your keen hearing and your hear sight. Do you speak Dwarvish?
No.
Deep speech?
Nope. I've got
Or
3 languages.
Undercommon.
Nope.
Okay. You hear and they like flip the torch around in their hands and they raise it up as if they're going to shove it down into one of the barrels. And that's what you hear right before you warg out of Shakar. It's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna start dancing because I know I
They
can.
grabbed like a necklace on there and it looks like they were saying a prayer when they did this.
Right, and being religiously savvy, I recognize that as
Yeah.
being like
For sure.
suicide bomber, basically, like
Something.
something like that. I start dancing because I know I can kind of like do cool little hops and tricks and stuff to move a little faster. So I'll blade sing for my bonus action, and for my action, I'm going to after I move 45 feet, the 90-foot range of vortex warp. Can I get that individual to be warped over further away from the?
I understand. Okay, so they're about 130 feet away from you.
Right.
Let's do the calculations.
It's perfect.
You move. It's perfect
It's perfect.
because you move 35 feet.
I mean,
45.
45
Because
feet.
she's blade singing.
Yeah.
Because you're blade singing, you move 45 feet. You get the
90
extra
feet.
90, which brings you to 135.
Yep.
And you can vortex warp them away.
Yeah,
Amazing.
They need to roll a saving throw.
they do.
Right?
They do because they are not a willing creature. I
They
don't
are
think.
not a willing creature.
Just gonna throw that out there.
What is the saving throw?
Probably not. Con save.
Okay. I'm gonna roll, guys. This is a terror, Tower of Terrorism roll for sure.
Oh
Absolutely. A lot rides on this, guys. We're gonna roll this here.
DC is 16.
Yeah, we'll do it here. That's fine. Sorry if you see my boobies. It's okay.
What?
No.
Is your dice too big for that?
Sorry, my dice might be too big for this. Here, hold on. We'll try a different one. Pardon me.
Just want to roll in
The tray.
I'm just gonna do it up here.
Absolutely.
I'm actually not gonna show you what it is.
Oh, okay.
If I can
That's
get
neat.
this thing to fit.
There you go.
Do. Here we go. What's this? What's the DC?
16. Con.
I have to look at my sheet.
Hey.
Pretty close.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
And
We're gonna-
if I'm trying to just shoot them completely opposite and for like as far as I can with the range of the spell. If they
and that would bring them towards up, like
Yeah.
into.
You cast a spell on this individual, and you see their form start to turn and warp, and then it snaps back.
No.
You got exactly a 16. Save.
I'll just yell. Wake up! You know, something.
Anybody
Like
who's still asleep, we'll do the
or
guards.
Durgar!
Durgar.
Because I think you said
The guards are alerted to this individual now.
okay.
The guards turn and see this individual, draw their weapons, but that's all they can do because it's not their turn.
I think because I tried casting Vortex Warp, it's space timey-wimey stuff. I
Yes,
need to
please
do
roll
that.
your horizon, your what is it? Event horizon.
Event encounter. We're good.
Okay.
Just barely.
Put another tick on there
Uh-huh.
because it gets higher.
Mhm.
Um,
Do you have a wet erase? Sorry.
Yes,
That's
somewhere. There's some water
fine.
ice over there. In,
Okay.
in the little dish over there, where the mugs are. Okay.
Thank you. That's my
Now
turn.
it's the pale individual's turn. Pale individual is going to run over to the barrels and make a improvised weapon attack with the torch on the barrel. The barrels have a damage threshold.
135 from where
What's
we were
up?
sleeping.
You're up.
I was asking how far away he is.
He is 130 feet away.
Thank you.
The barrels have a damage threshold because they're built to be like this. They have a damage threshold of 5 damage. If anything does less than 5 damage, nothing happens. He bangs onto the barrel, unable to pierce the thing. He nearly completely misses the barrel. And you see him now screaming, "Maitre guy! Maitre guy!" Roll second attack. Hits the barrel. Doesn't do enough damage to break the damage threshold. That's one more turn of initiative before he can do his thing. We're back to then. It's Willow's turn. Willow's turn. Willow is going to see this. Key point, step of the wind, bonus action dash, run, dash, dash. She will get, that's 40 feet of movement times 3. She's going to get within 10 feet of this individual before that's the end of her turn. Log, your turn.
And there are like a bunch of guards probably not too far from him.
Yeah, they're anywhere between like 40 to 15 feet away from this dude.
All right, so I'm going to go up my 30 feet.
Okay, toward the individual.
I'm going to take Yorick. You need to start fucking pulling your weight around here. And I'm going to wind up like I'm going to throw him.
Okay.
But at the top of it, I summon undead.
Okay, cool. What's the range on Summon Undead?
90 feet.
90 feet? Okay, cool. Do me a favor, just roll an athletics check to see how far you huck this skull.
No, I can cast it.
Oh, you can.
No, yeah, I'm not actually throwing the skull.
He makes a throwing motion,
Oh,
but
I
that's how
understand.
he
For
casts it.
flavor.
But
For
it's
flavor.
yeah.
Sure.
At the release point.
Do you
instead
have
it's
to
just-
do it on like a corpse or some shit, or
No, this is
Summon, not
this
raise.
is the component.
right? No, I was just curious what it says in the spell. Like, do you animate a corpse or just one just appears?
Yeah, one just appears. So, and I'm choosing.
Oh, right, because you get to like choose a spirit and shit like that.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's
so I'm
correct.
choosing the putrid form.
Okay, cool. So you will move your 30 feet and then cast 90 feet. So that'll be exactly 120
And then he goes right after me,
initiative order.
and he's got 30 feet of movement.
Okay, yeah, because he gets summoned 10 feet from the individual. You got it. Well, and the putrid form. What does it look like when you summon this form?
Rip Taylor.
Rip Taylor surrounded by a gassy, poisonous cloud.
Yep.
Great. Like an ethereal, gassy, poisonous Rip Taylor.
Just, confetti, just putrid confetti flying everywhere.
Can you imagine? He's just
Yeah.
like, oh, it's wonderful. You're gonna get poisoned.
He's just throwing like handful of like spores
He's
into
like-
the air.
Yeah, so he doesn't actually have a poison cloud on himself. It's just like sticks that he's like throwing about to make it look like he's got clouds of dust. It's like opening pixie dust sticks and throwing around. They're just all green pixie dust sticks. Pixie sticks. Great. Okay, so then he goes. That's your turn then. No bonus action.
No, that's it. But then he'll take his
Then
action.
it says specifically its initiative goes right after yours or at the same
Yep.
time.
So right after mine.
Okay.
And then it doesn't take any action for me to command it.
Correct. It just does the thing that you told it to do,
Right.
which was what?
To attack the.
Okay, you got it. Okay, so it moves up to it.
So yeah, so
Easily.
get right up next to it.
Wild. This is wild.
And he will attack. 15.
15 is not enough to hit him. Yeah, he's got a high AC.
But any creature other than me that starts its turn within 5 feet of it has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned.
Got it. So at the top of his turn,
Yeah.
he's going to roll a con save, and if he fails, he'll be poisoned.
Yes. And then if I ever hit him, he'll be paralyzed.
Ooh. But does he have to roll a save for that, or does he have to be poisoned beforehand?
If poisoned, must succeed on con save or be paralyzed.
Okay, cool. You got
And
it.
how close is he to?
He is at the moment. He is right up next to him.
Yeah.
He's within
Okay,
5 feet of
okay,
him now,
cool.
which means
Alright.
that at the top of the pale individual's turn, he will roll a con save or be poisoned.
Right.
Um,
And
that's
Willow is still far enough away.
Revik
from
is
that,
next.
so cool.
Revik is going to see this. Revik has no idea what the hell black powder is. Heard of black powder? He doesn't know. However, he's not dumb, and he sees everybody else going after this thing, so he instinctively goes after it as well. He's going to use his movement, his action to move 30 feet. He's then going to action surge to move another 30 feet, so he can move 90 feet. So he is 40 feet away from this thing. That's as far as he can go. Oh, I think he has a battle master. No, that's not one of the ones he prepared. That's not one of the ones he learns. Great. Back to the top of the round. Argus, you finally get your turn because you rolled so high in initiative.
I'm going to get as close as I can, and then cast guiding
25 feet.
25. And then cast guiding bolt at second level.
What's the range on guiding bolt?
120.
You got it.
$15.
15 goes wide. All these crossbow bolts. What else got thrown over there? Crossbow bolts and people trying to swipe them with undead putridness and guiding bolts that go all in the direction. For those who didn't know better, it would look like you were attacking the guards' camp, not hitting this individual. Just so you know, you guys have learned that this thing has an AC of 18, so you haven't been able to beat that just quite yet. Argus, anything else? Bonus actions?
I can't do any other.
Okay,
'Cause I
cool.
cast
You guys
spell.
didn't finish your long rest, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
dang.
Mhm.
I didn't
Yeah, I
use
remarked
anything.
that. 'Cause it looked like
Okay,
it
Zemdak,
was
your turn.
half worked.
Yeah. Same thing. I can't do anything else.
Are you gonna move?
Nope. I'm staying back. Because if this thing goes off, I want to be as far away from it as possible.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. So I'm just still firing.
You got it.
It's only 12. Ooh, 24 to hit.
24 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
8 points of damage.
8.
So first bolt goes wide, second bolt sticks.
Sticks into the back, like where one of their shoulder blade is. You hit him. I mean, they don't appear to have slowed down.
No, it's fine.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Conk is standing sort of looming over me, just like guarding me.
You got it. Soft cut.
Okay, I am going to try to get in the way of him in the barrel.
Right. You
So,
moved
like-
80 feet. You have 40 more feet to go before you. Well, 40 more feet to go will bring you to 120.
Okay,
You still have 10 more feet before you can get to him.
Hmm.
Because he was 130 feet away.
okay, cool. What's my reach? Because I'm a large creature.
Reach is only affected by your actual attack, not by the size of your creature.
Okay, cool.
So unless it says specifically in the attack
okay,
portion
okay.
of
So it's
the-
melee weapon, so it would be 10 feet, 5 feet. Okay. Maybe I'll take the dash action and try to get in the way of him in the.
Okay, cool.
barrel.
So are you trying to like? You can't take this shove attack.
Yeah.
What you
could
can
I-
do is that you can be next to him. That's what you can do. Because you use your action and your movement, so you don't
Yeah, I
have
know. I'm thinking. I mean,
because there's no distance between him and the barrel. He's like
Yeah.
half on the carriage, right next to the thing. trying to shove his torch down
Okay,
into
okay.
one of the barrels
Cool. I'll just use my dash action
and get.
Can I
within
try and
5 feet of him.
intimidate him?
As a
I'm-
bonus action, you want to roar again?
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
that's a 15. So.
15. Doesn't he appears nonplussed and unfazed.
Wow, I'm a big old bear.
On a suicide mission.
Yeah, his resolve is pretty hard. Okay. It's Cole. Your turn.
So everybody's like on top of him, or at least Sopka and Logger on top of him. Right?
Yorick,
Yorick is on top of him.
the
York. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still a ways away.
Rip Taylor.
Yeah. Yorick, who looks like Rip Taylor.
Because Sopka's the druid and everything like that, I'm gonna do this because he has a very good chance of doing it. I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern on top of them.
Okay. You have stats for your creature, right? Okay. Willow is there too, because Willow's within 10 feet. So is Shakar.
Mm-hmm.
And Revik hasn't been able to get there quite yet because he only moved 90 feet. And what's the radius? What is it, like a 15-foot cube?
30-foot cube.
30-foot cube. Okay, so you will get Revik. You will get Revik, and you will get several of the guards as well.
Okay. Maybe not then. Fuck. I said it. Fuck it. Yeah.
Okay. Fucking do it.
So what?
So
So
with
what
the
is it?
wisdom?
Wisdom. Yes.
Okie dokie.
Is that for everybody that you just named in that range then, hon? Or
Yes, everybody
Okay.
within that range. Are you within that
That's
range?
just my plan at the beginning.
You're not within that range. Oh, Shakara's.
Shakara is, yeah.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure I
right,
saved.
but
What's
you
your
didn't-
spell save DC?
Yeah.
But apparently when I rolled
Yeah, I
it,
saved.
it's not-
16. Okay.
so I didn't get the-
Yorick fails.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Revik
I'm sorry.
fails.
So what? York's undead. Can he be charmed? It should say in the spell or not.
Does it say in his stat block whether
Yeah,
he's
you
immune to
didn't-
charm?
There is stuff he's immune to.
Always
Good
just-
point.
you just
Oh,
push
I
up,
am.
and that's
I
the
can roll
advantage.
again, but I think I save anyway.
Oh, because you're half elf.
Yeah.
You can roll again if you like.
No, it's
Can I-
only exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Nope.
Okay.
But I still.
So what did he roll?
He failed.
He failed. So he is.
He's incapacitated.
Dirty 20 for Shakar.
He's fine.
Okay.
Revik is incapacitated.
Fuck.
Willow is incapacitated.
Oh no.
Willow.
It's like they're not here.
The guards are not incapacitated. They are not affected by this.
Good for them. And now it's the dude.
The dude is not incapacitated. He rolled the highest out of all of them. So all you guys did was eliminate your allies.
Sounds perfect.
Sopka's
Oh
doing great.
no!
You'll still have to do the poison saving throw because
Yes, that's
Yorick
true.
is still next to him. But
Mhm.
You're just
yeah,
Great.
just sitting there, just like.
Cool. That's your turn then. You have bonus action and movement.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'll just ruin like half my allies and just go off really disappointed and like just shamed right now.
It be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. It is the guard's turn. The guards are going to swarm the individual. There's going to be 3 guards that will be able to get up to the individual. They're going to make 3 attacks on the individual with spears and lances. Very similar to how Pernua does it. It's a miss. That's a miss. Oh my god, they can't roll for shit. That's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay. That's near minimum damage, even on a crit.
Of course.
Amazing.
I mean, that's what guards do, right? Minimum damage against anyone except for us.
Unless they're hitting you.
Yeah, this is wild. The bad luck this encounter entirely. Okay, that's the guard's turn. Trisheni, it's your turn. Next is the pale individuals.
Because Shakar goes on my turn, I want him to, regardless of what happens with the situation,
Mm-hmm.
I want him to try to take the torch away this individual.
That's hard because he's a burrowing owl, and that thing weighs 3 times as much as he weighs.
Or at least try to like put it out with his wings. Something to like just.
That's some fuckery shenanigans. I'm gonna be honest
Okay.
with you. I mean, I'll let you roll for it.
Yeah, that's all.
You're
I'm
gonna
saying.
have to roll a natural 20.
No, I know.
You just
I know.
dive on the torch and drops it.
Right, exactly.
Oh no!
You want him? You want him to suicide engulf
The suicider.
the suicide
bomb?
Oh
We gotta stop saying that, guys. This is real bad. I gotta put a. Okay.
I want him to try to get the torch out of his grasp, and not
I-
trying to get him to dive bomb.
Roll a natural 20.
Come on, buddy. Nope.
Nope. Sorry.
It's okay.
Having a burrow owl extinguish a torch is a feat. to
Oh
say
yeah.
the least.
No. I knew it was going to be up to the dice and what
Yeah.
Shakar could do. That's not. I was
Biting
not.
fingers.
I was not.
Okay, so it is your turn though.
Yeah.
I started pecking his fingers.
I'll continue. I'll continue moving. The 45 feet. So I'm now, 60 feet ish from him. 70. A little less. And then I'm going.
Right, 'cause you were 90 feet from him.
I was 95. Yeah, I was.
You were 90 feet.
I was 90 feet from him.
But now you're 95
Yep.
because he moved 5 feet.
He moved 5.
No. You're right. You're 90 feet from him.
I'm 90 feet from him now. Well, now I'm 45 feet from him.
Right, because you moved 35 feet.
Mhm.
You got it.
Yep. And seeing that this strange creature, Rip Taylor, right?
Yep.
His name. So over there, I'm like, okay, sure. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cast Chromatic Orb Cold.
Oh shit!
On
I have a
him.
spell. I'm so dumb. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay.
You're there now. It's fine.
You're a bear now.
You can drop it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I'll cast Chromatic Orb on. It has to be that creature, but I'm hoping if there's a major effect, then they'll put out the torch. I know it's not going to happen,
You're
but
really wishful
It's-
thinking
this
here.
is- you know, shiny trying. 11.
11 goes wide. It misses.
Yep.
Guys. Yeah. Okay. Now it is the pale individual's turn.
Con save.
Let's see if you got it. That is a 13.
That's the DC.
That's the DC.
No.
Oh no. Okay, so he succeeds, so he's not poisoned, which means he doesn't get disadvantage on these attacks. Gonna make 2 attacks against the barrel.
You're
That's
fine.
a 24. And that one misses. So
Oh,
near max damage to the barrel. You see him, Maitre guy, push the torch in through the top of the barrel, and there's just a moment of just silence. Massive fucking explosion. I need everybody who is within like 80 feet of this thing to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
I like where you work, 'cause I'm outside that.
Yeah.
Hang on, never mind.
I rolled a 5 and a 6 for their damage on d6s.
Dexterity.
Yes.
Told you to sacrifice.
And I got a
it.
19 on
I
the
know.
die.
I know.
What's that?
I didn't move that far, so
I moved 25. Why'd you roll 2 die? Because I'm the...
Yeah. Why'd you roll 2?
Because he got, he has,
But it was an improvised weapon.
oh, you're right. That's a very good question.
Come on.
Still, the first one is a 6. That beats the 5. Plus 4. So it still does damage. It does any amount of fire damage, this thing blows up. You're very, very true. That's very, very true. Yeah. Right. Because I've rolled 2 attacks and one of them missed. You're right. Yeah.
I do want to say, on record, you've established we can stealth while carrying a torch.
Yes.
So
You can stealth while carrying a torch. You absolutely can. Here the thing is, the DC for be able to see you is less because you're doing a torch. But yes, you absolutely can stealth while doing a torch. Yes. Yeah. But he had a plus 11 to his stealth. So, and he rolled like a really high. So,
Just in the future. For Cameron Torch.
he did roll his stealth at disadvantage, and he still got.
Anybody who was incapacitated is now no longer incapacitated.
That's true. Okay, so what did you get for your dexterity save, please?
17.
You saved.
I was not close.
You were not.
Yorick had a 14.
14. That's not a save.
Trisheni had 15.
Shakar's gone. I mean, no matter.
Yeah,
what.
well, Shakar had rolled a 3 for his dex save, so little
Yeah.
buddy.
But you can resummon him. So
I
that's good.
know,
So, we're
but-
gonna
Just got
do-
insult.
so this is essentially a super fireball. So this is 12d6.
Wait, is a 15? Does that save or no?
15 does not save.
Okay.
The DC is 16, which is why you beat it.
Okay. Yeah. So Trisheni's gonna get a little
And-
singed.
The other two automatically fail. 'cause I
Adam's
think
like, I'm upset.
No, I'm outside. I'm way back. I stayed back.
Okay, so we're gonna do. This is 10. I'd say 12, right?
Yes, you did.
I did what I couldn't stop
What
it.
were you-
I couldn't stop it. I'm
I
not
had
upset.
tidal wave prepared.
It happened.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, just wash that shit out.
I know.
22.
Next
That's
A
time.
lot of sixes.
You just woke up. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're like, what?
My gut reaction is always to turn into an animal, so it makes sense roleplay wise. But
Yeah.
damn it.
I was thinking, I should have done, on the drive home, I'm like, oh, gosh.
That's what the burn head.
50.
Right.
Oh, I'm so mad.
And I just assume that Yorick's dead at this point.
3.
Alas, poor York.
Right. He's dead. He's used to it.
Right.
It's his
Oh
normal stat.
no.
Guys, that's
That would've helped.
64 points of fire damage to those that did not save.
Yeah, Yorick's.
I'm down.
Oh fuck! I'm not.
I am not
down.
dead, but I am down.
Okay.
Okay, hold
Thank
up, hold
God
up.
I'm not dead. But that was
So I had temp hit points of.
The guards failed with a natural 2.
Oh no.
All of the guards are gone.
they're dead. Dead.
All of the guards are gone.
Everyone in that whole quadrant is just
Yes. It's
wiped.
fucked.
So 64.
The guard tower is beginning to crumble in that area as the wall had taken mass amounts of damage from that explosion.
64 halved.
If you saved, yes.
Okay,
To,
sweet.
to
32.
32. Yes, thank you.
Dang, I'm still in wild shape.
Wow. Okay.
Good job, little polar bear.
There is that kind of like ring among like after a big like flashbang explosion. A bunch of you like pull yourselves back up. For those of you that are still conscious, and there is like an eerie silence as there's just fire spread around the wall that's still on the floor and on the ground. Those of you that witness this, you guys still get hit with that sonic boom of like the air pressure of explosion, and so it's still like the big fucking explosion, lots of fucking noise. You guys start to feel tremors in the ground. That was its turn. It is Willow's turn.
Is there anything? to do
Natural
with that,
20 for her
guys?
deck save. She only takes that. She only takes half the damage to 32. She's okay. She's alive.
Right, exactly.
The only person not there.
She's fucked up, but she's still alive.
She was incapacitated.
She automatically fails.
She automatically failed.
And that was her death save, so that was a natural 20.
So she's back up.
So she's back up to 1. Did she have 64 hit points?
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, none of us have.
No, I have the highest, and I'm at 52.
I have 51.
Exactly.
Wild shape.
You had
Yeah.
45 hit points.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was her death save. So yes, he's back up at 1 hit point. Wild! Woo!
Little help
Yeah,
fire.
here
Get
we
her back
go.
up. Yeah.
Okay, great. That was Willow.
Manipulate
Log, it's your turn. You weren't within 80 feet of this thing.
No, because I had gone 30 feet, and you said it was 135
Right.
feet.
So
So
fine.
yeah,
So you didn't take any damage. It's your
Yorick's just
turn.
dead. But I mean, but there's no more threat. There's just shit shaking.
There's tremors now going.
The worm tremors that we felt before, that's what we're feeling now. And
Sure, it's the word Trevor's.
yes, I can't. It's not my turn yet. I can't tell you that.
Adam's like, I don't matter.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like Log, like he would see, okay, shit exploded, Wait, are any of us down? No one's. You're down.
She's unconscious.
All
I don't have any way to heal.
York is gone, or Rip.
Yeah. Rick Taylor's.
There's good berries. Everybody has a good berry.
Oh.
You should have them in there, and
Okay,
I
wait,
have excess in my pocket.
How far is Trishani from me?
She was 10 feet away.
This is my normal thing. You guys know.
Because you spent your move. No,
Oh no, she
you
was
was 35 feet away from
Yeah.
the creature.
That's yeah.
You didn't move from where you were, so you remained 130 feet away from.
Well, because I didn't.
No, that's right, you moved 30.
I'm like 100. I'm basically 100 feet away.
You are 100 feet away from the creature. She's 35 meters. She's 65 feet away from you.
So even if I dash, I can't get there.
Yeah. I will say with the explosion that you guys got pushed 20 feet back because of just how explosions go. So she is 20 feet closer to you. She's 45 away from you. You succeeded your dex save. So somehow, as a bear, you did some sort of ballerina move that causes you to not be thrown back at all.
Bear arena, yes.
Barrel arena.
He just
Yeah.
like
You
hunkers
hunkered
down.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I
Okay,
rather
so-
okay? No! Don't make me do this!
Roll a luck check for me.
So she's
It's a
actually,
massive fucking explosion.
so she's 45 from now because she got pushed back.
That's correct.
I'm gonna cry.
So I'll use my movement,
To get to within 15 feet of her.
and then I'll have Twag. I'll give Twag the good berry to hop down, and with his little spider legs.
This is some shenanigans fuckery, but it makes sense. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because they get a movement and an action, right?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, you can administer a good berry as a spider grasping a good berry climbs into your mouth and shoves a good berry in your throat.
Ew.
A very gooey spider.
Oh, but oh, buddy.
I'm really glad, Cole, I can't see this.
So you come back to consciousness with 1 hit point.
Pull the spider on. Thanks, Plague.
He just kind of waves.
Yeah. Oh, we got the get out of here.
Yeah.
So that was your movement. You still have action, bonus action.
But I mean, there's like
Making Twig do something
Is an action.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that
think
within the
so.
Find Familiar spell?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is because it's an independent creature. It goes on
It
your
acts as an
turn.
individual. Here's the deal. I'll say you had to use your bonus action to command it because you had to give it a new command and you had to like give it the berry. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you still have your action.
It does say your familiar acts independently of you, but it always obeys your commands in combat. It rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn. Can't.
Right. You had to like give it a new command, give it a good berry. It's got to cost something.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll
I'm just-
say. So you still have your.
Yeah, I mean, the thing's dead. Yeah, I'll just kind of look around. Like, I'll look to see if there's any others that look like him still about.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Ooh, that's a good question.
What was the question?
Did he die?
He's like that orc in the Two Towers movie right now.
Right.
Basically.
He succeeded his dexterity saving throw. Go. What'd you get?
16.
16. He is not dead. He is fucked up, prone, and on fire, but he is still.
In the perception, that was my action, or do I still have an action?
You get that. No, that's fine. You get that. You also don't seem to notice any individuals like him. Granted, like that air pressure blast, like a sonic wave, kind of hit the whole area, and everybody's kind of like dazed, confused. You don't see any other sneaky individuals, and if you are, they would be among some of the other prone guards or other individuals. You don't see any other threats yet. The biggest threat you're perceiving right now is the tremor that's getting louder and more intense by the second.
Do I blast him? You said he's laying down right now.
He's prone, yeah.
Yeah, so disadvantage on him.
He got flown like straight up and then fell down. Speaking of which, he's in single digits, but he's still alive.
Okay, so he's now so I moved up 30 feet. So he would still be another.
I think I'm the only one that hit him
He would still be 70 feet away from me, right?
pre-explosion.
Yeah.
That's true. Granted, he's accomplished this mission.
Right. So yeah, no, I'm just gonna focus on assessing the city. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna like hold a action.
What action are you holding?
Blast.
Eldritch Blast for what? What's the trigger?
Either him getting up or a worm.
You got it. Okay. Up next then is Revik.
Did he serve?
He failed his save from what I rolled.
Automatic.
So then he's
like
incapacitated as well. Does he have 64?
He has 67 hit points.
Okay.
He is prone, blown 20 feet away. So he's like right next to you. He's like right next to you on the ground, prone at 3 hit points.
Ooh.
I already gave him my good berry.
He's going to use his bonus action to second wind,
Track.
As you do.
as you do. As a fighter. Doesn't give him much. And it gives him 9 hit points, so he's at 12. Ooh, he doesn't know what to do.
Does he see the Duergar at this point? Would he have anything like that in his memory banks?
Yeah. He does what a soldier would do, and he's going to attack the Duergar. He already used his action surge to get 30 feet within him, so he used 90 feet. So he's 40 feet away.
Oh, and TJ, I rolled a 5 on my luck check.
Your luck check.
Yeah, to see if any of my rats.
Not rat poutine.
Yeah.
Please don't kill rat
No,
poutine.
It's not rat poutine. That's poutine.
Sylvia's not responding.
No!
Not Sylvia Rat.
This is tragic.
I'm so sorry. Sylvia's not responding. Rabbit's going to move up and throw 2 hand axes at the individual. They'll both be at
I
disadvantage
don't
unfortunately,
think
because he's
so.
prone.
Because I think she's permadead if she didn't save.
Right.
First one is a miss. He's rolling absolute dog.
Rats only have like 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Second one's a
So
hit.
if they took the fire damage, they were just like,
They're incinerated.
Oh.
there's no Sylvia left.
6 plus 4 does a good amount of damage to him. Hits him in the calf with a hand axe. He is. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This guy's at 1 hit point. He is on death's door. He had a chunk. He was chunky. He was a rogue fighter mix. And he was chunky. Okay, back to the top. Argus. Actually, you're at 19, right?
Yeah.
Or 19 initiative?
Mhm.
Initiative 20. Don't fucking ruin my moment.
We've done this before. It's not ruining anything.
The ground starts to shake. All of you just feel the entire. You can't get your footing right. It's insane how much of a shake there is. Piercing up through that area is a massive maw that encapsulates all the guards, the whole crate, the individual, and half of the guard tower just comes right up and swallows all of them whole. The Matra guy,
Bigger than the one we fought.
a
Oh,
whole size larger.
oh, fuck.
An albino purple worm comes up from the ground. I'll give you guys a little bit of a an image here, might as well.
And then they swallow you too.
That's a good
There you go.
question. Where
Where are we in?
This is happening over here.
Where are we
In
in
the corner.
comparison?
Yeah.
So,
You guys were coming from over here. Those of you that remained here felt this. Who is like within 5? Actually, I'm sorry. Who's within 25 feet of that area? Are you?
I think I
No.
am.
Not
I'm
anymore?
45. No, I only got to 45 feet.
Okay.
I think me and Willow both.
You are. Please roll a dexterity saving throw. As this thing crashes through the ground. You're fine. Nobody else is. Just Sofka then.
Willow.
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 Rip.
Unconscious Willow?
No,
Is
she's one
Revik,
hit.
though?
Okay.
Willow roll a 6 on the die.
Isn't Revik, since he went and stabbed the Durgan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
No,
threw
he
hand
hand
axes.
Oh.
but isn't he still within that
Well, no, but-
radius?
I
He
mean,
was
almost anybody who was caught inside
45?
my thing would be
he
within
was
25 feet.
within.
Yeah, but they got blasted back.
Everyone got blasted.
That's true.
Right.
He moved. I don't remember. He moved. He was at 90. Yes, because he couldn't make the extra 15 feet. So
Yep.
yes, he is as well.
But he was on. I thought they all got blasted
He
back.
got a 7 on the fucking die. No. This is after he got up and he moved. He was where Log was.
Oh.
He got up, he moved, and then he threw his hand axes. Shit. Okay, so. I'm gonna roll
And
a couple-
Sokka got a 15.
This is environmental damage. This isn't even attacking. It's just bursting up through the area. You got a 16?
Yeah.
You had success. You take... Oh, this is not that much, actually. It's only 10 damage halved for you to 5.
Sweet.
Willow
wild.
and Revik take 10 damage. Willow is down again. Revik is conscious with 2 hit points.
Guess who got?
As they're bursted again and pushed out of the radius of what's going on here. So like this creature, and then like Willow is over here, and Revik is over here, as the rock and the sand and the dirt just get crashed up. And this thing just comes up and goes like, and there's just this bass just fills the whole area, causing a lot of you to push your hands around your ears. This thing is utterly massive. It is truly colossal. You've never seen something this big before. From what you could tell, the Durgar was like calling Matriarch, like he was, they were summoning this thing and saying, "We need to make a big boom, 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 boom." It has come. It is going to enter initiative now. Do you guys want there to be a map? That's the question.
Are we gonna fight it or run?
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How is that a possibility?
Sky Lounge.
Towards
Does not have good decks, so it is going to go after
I mean,
Sofka.
this place is still up, right? So we can just run down one of the tunnels.
You think you can't move faster than we can?
Are you suggesting trying to kill it?
Absolutely not. I'm just suggesting what the heck are we gonna do?
Okay.
I was suggesting Sky Lounge because then it's out of a plane of existence where it can even get to us. It won't sense us at all for an hour.
Boop, 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 boop.
Do. Here's the worm.
It's big and beautiful
She
and
chomped.
terrifying.
I'm scared.
Okay,
Come
it
back
is
The
and all that.
Durgar.
Argus's turn.
This burst out underneath the Durgar.
Yeah, pretty much everything in that vicinity has been swallowed by it. Very graboid decks.
Was and the Durgar was as well.
Oh, for
that
sure.
had
Like
one
that,
hit
and
point.
like 80% of the guards that weren't thrown, thrown afar.
So all of our people are not inside the world.
Yeah, and you like got one of your legs got hooked on one of its like teeth of its toothy maw before you're like whoa, and you kind of fell off because you're.
Me, the bear.
Right.
Are you still in bear form?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
B-shaped dope, man.
Okay.
So how far away am I from Willow and from Trishani?
Roll a perception check to see if you can even see it among the debris.
9.
9. You don't see Willow. Among the debris, there's so much stonework that has been created debris here. You see some limbs coming out of the debris of like guard limbs that just have blood flowing down their arms. It's almost as if like there was a massive earthquake in that location. This thing is 25 feet in radius, or in diameter. It is huge, or specifically colossal. It is from you, its center point got, so what was it, 10, 15 feet, so you didn't move, so you're about like 100, 110 feet away from
How far away am I from Trishani? How far away did you get pushed?
I was at 45, then the explosion happened, so 25 feet pushed back would make me at 70 feet from the point of origin. So
close to where I can get to you.
I guess where you were also pushed back 25 feet, right? Or no? Were you good?
No, you weren't
Okay.
pushed back. You weren't within the radius.
Okay.
So am I 25 feet from you?
You are
I was at 7. I'm now at 70 from that
from that.
origin.
You are because you were 35 feet, right? 35 feet.
No, I was 45 feet,
You were 45 feet.
and then now I'm pushed back to 70.
You were pushed
from
back to
the
70
origin,
from the origin, from the
The-
point of origin,
which was the Durgar.
which was 130 feet away. So 130 minus 70 is 60.
Right.
So you're
And
60
you-
feet away from
And
me.
you had moved, but you had moved before 25 feet.
You moved
right?
25 feet, so
You're 35 feet.
35 feet from her.
It's like I think it's at 10 feet different. Okay.
Woo, guys, math.
I am going to move my 25 feet. And I am going to hold a Cure Wounds and yell out to Trishani with my hand out.
Okay.
Okay, you got it. Like holding your action for when they become within range. You got it.
I just forgot I had a held action.
Yeah,
Warm.
pop it off.
Because then that way.
And then
you can
Zemdek,
stand
you're
like
up next.
that and
Yeah.
I can heal you.
And then after that, it's soft up, and then the one.
Okay, so one
Nature guy.
one probably misses. One's a 10.
Yeah.
The other one's a 21.
21 will hit. Yes.
5 damage.
5 points damage. You got it. To these 3 digits that I have here.
Well, if you think about how much the purple worm had,
I know, I'm
it's
scared.
probably like double.
I'm really scared. I don't want her to die. I don't want her to die like Sylvia.
I'm so sorry.
We'll hold a memorial service for Sylvia Rat.
Please do.
Yeah.
For Sylvia Rat.
Sofka's like sobbing.
This die is not helping me any more than my normal die.
It was doing okay, but I don't.
You said 8? 8 points of damage?
It was 5.
5. Okay.
So you-
Pew, pew.
No, there's another one right here.
You got it. Zemdek, you're up. Sofka, you're on deck.
Oh, wait, are we thinking Skyline?
It's dark now. Things are looking dark now. You can see several amount of people. There's a first thing of like a couple seconds of shock before screams and shrieks of terror start to spread through the junction, and people just start to scatter, panic, and run.
Who's Grogger doing?
That's a good question.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
What'd you get in your that perception check?
Oh, like a 9.
You don't see him.
Oh, no.
Branding smite on my crossbow. And take my shots. Still at disadvantage. 15 and a 17.
15 and a 17. Bounce off of its tough hide.
Cool. And then running 30 feet forward with Conk right on my heels towards these guys.
Got it. Toward them, towards the worm.
Towards my ally.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah.
also towards the worm.
Brave little gnome. Wonderful. Sofka, your turn.
Wait, am I in like melee range?
You're technically, yeah, because you fell off like right here.
Okay. Okay. Can I take a disengage action and run?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna run.
Okay.
I'm
so
about.
You run 40 feet away.
Yep.
Then you catch up with them. Back to them, right?
That's where you're going.
Hell yeah.
Well, you're 70 feet, so you almost catch up to them. You're about 30 feet from them. But
Okay.
you guys are starting, all of you are starting to converge on a certain point, on a particular point.
It's like a point between Argus and I.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
it's like
Sweet.
10 feet. But
Right. It's like, yeah.
It's like right in that area.
Yeah.
My
It is
glowing
then
hand out.
the worm. Oh shit! The worm rolled a natural 1. It's a perception check. Has no interest in any of the tiny little ants that are moving around here. Instead, just wants to continue its worming through the earth. Yes. However, that could spell devastatingly intense structural integrity issues because of the massive hole this thing bores through the world. Shit you not, natural 1. I'll take a picture.
Bless you.
Thank you.
This thing instead dives into the ground, comes up, goes up through the air, and hits the ceiling of this area before it ends. So there is an entire like band of massive albino worm that's still in the ground on the floor as it hits the ceiling, and then it continues further. Roll Constitution saving throw for the integrity of the tavern. That's this.
Come on, Tavern, you got it.
19 on the die.
Yes.
It maintains structural integrity for this round.
Yeah, dwarven architecture.
For this round. Here's the deal. There's no way this thing can maintain consistently. That was a huge fucking hole. This is the rate at which will be collapsing. It's going to collapse.
Okay.
Stuff is going to happen. You can tell by looking at it. Like, nobody puts a 25-foot diameter hole in a ceiling that had a linchpin like keystone stuff, and nothing happens to it. But with dwarven architecture and the redundancies, you are guys going to have time. It will roll a Constitution saving throw on each of its turns. For this turn, you have a whole turn without it until it comes back to its the initiative 14, which will roll it again. But this is fleeing. It's out of here. It doesn't give a shit. It was summoned by the loud noise, got a meal, didn't see anything really well since. The pure thing of like, all of you are insignificant. I'm so much bigger than you. I don't give a shit.
So they're probably opening the gates now to like some people.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, well, that's going to happen on the guard's turn, which happens right after Cole, who is next. Yes, Cole, it's your turn. You're
Alright,
beginning to
so-
see this whole thing is beginning to crumble down.
Run around doing some stuff.
Sure.
Okay. So do I see like a safe area to like run towards, or somewhere that we can all run towards to get like out of this area?
The safest area would be any area that's not under a carved canopy. So roll a perception for me.
There are the gates. North,
Right.
south, and west.
And we want the one going this way.
28.
28. With that high of a roll, you determine, you look at the gates, you look at the distance between you and your friends, you look at the other gates, you look at the people that are running through them, and you realize how everyone's going to be swarming the gates. And then you look at the hole that the thing bore through in the ground that it brought through. You realize that the safest, closest thing is to dump down the hole that this thing made. Like a foxhole, but you have no idea how deep this thing goes, and you don't know what angle. But it's better than sticking around and waiting for this thing to collapse on you.
Everybody, run to the hole.
Okay. Do you use your movement and your action to run to the hole?
Yeah, I'm gonna dash actually.
Cool. Here's what I'll say. By the next round, because I believe all of you have enough movement, you might be a little lagging behind, and you might be a little lagging behind, but the rest of you can absolutely get to where it is you need to go. We'll see. You can move 50 feet, so we'll see. We might roll some like athletics checks to see how you're gonna do, but like by the end of next round, you guys can probably all get into the hole. Cool. You definitely have to use your movement and your action for this turn and next turn in order to get in there and dive into it. For sure. Okay, you do so. It is now the guards' turn. The guards are going to do their best to open up the gates and make it so that the area isn't bottlenecked so people can get out of here, because they see the ceiling crumbling now too, and they're like, fuck, there's nothing that we can do other than let these people go throughout. Okay. panic. It's absolute panic. They're doing their best. They do get all the gates open, but it's panic, and people are starting to trample other people as they're trying to get out of here. This was wild from start to finish. Then it is Trishani's turn.
See Argus's outstretched hand glowing, and I'm like, oh, okay. And with the other hand, I put Twig on my shoulder, and I get up and reach out for Argus. We've got to get out of here. So bonus action, I try to start partner dancing with Argus as my blade singing, so that we run towards the hole because of what Cole said together.
What are you intending that mechanical thing to do?
My movement when I'm blade singing is 45 feet, so then I could move 25 feet, and hopefully we can get a little
So you're
further.
trying to teach him blade dancing in a span of 6 seconds.
No, I'm trying
Help
to
drag him faster
Yeah.
towards the hole.
Good luck.
I mean, that's going to be my action to try to also move towards there and
You
help.
can mechanically attempt to pick him up and have your speed by doing so.
I mean,
If he's willing, can't she drag him?
You can drag him, but he's heavy.
I know.
He is
Yeah.
heavy.
Okay.
And I don't
If
think
you
with your
touch me, I
strength
still
modifier
accuse
you'd
you.
be able to lift him.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still touch Argus.
Yeah, you got it. You like, I'm not leaving you behind, buddy. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the whole thing.
Minimum heal. You're dancing, we're gonna have great.
Damn it! Why you do me so dirty?
Did they do it bad?
I got a 1.
Again?
For the healing.
Healing.
So what is that for a total?
It wasn't
3 or-
25.
What is going on?
All right.
Argus, you're cursed.
It's your box. It's got to be your box.
I
Stop rolling
didn't-
in your dice.
Your box is... Don't do that. I made that
No,
for
no,
you.
we're turning the box around.
Right. Exactly.
Invert it so it's good luck now. Perfect. Okay.
Maybe I try doing that, and I'll.
So you
How
use
far away is the
action
hole
and
is
movement
this?
to move 70 feet, right?
Well, 'cause
You can
I
get
took
to the
half-
hole
I
this turn.
took half my movement to stand up because I was prone because I was
Right.
knocked
So you
down.
have 15 plus 35, so 60.
Well, I had. It depends on
Yeah,
how you want to roll.
You can, but you're not that far away from the thing, so you can get to it.
Okay. I
She
can
had
If
to
you
get-
use your action and bonus, if you use your action movement to get there, you can get there.
Okay.
She had to get back to Argus, though. to
Well,
It's
get her
only
healed.
10 feet, though.
yeah.
Right.
So then it would have been 20. Would have taken up 25
You would have
feet of
gotten
movement.
40 feet there. You were exactly 40 feet from the hole, so you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. Got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're fine.
All
You're
right.
fucking fast. You get to it this turn. You just dive into the hole.
Sit there and wait for people to
I'll
feather fall.
I'll wait. I'll wait. Till
Okay.
I don't know.
You wait, or do you dive?
You don't have to dive head first. That's not.
Swan dives into the hole.
You can wait if you want.
I
But
mean,
you'll just have to use your turn because you're not holding an action anymore. You already used your action. You have to
Right.
use your turn next time. Granted, everyone else is going to have to. Most of them are going to have to take two turns to get there anyway.
just. but I use. I'm.
What are you doing?
I'll.
I gotta know.
I can't see down that void,
You cannot.
so
You don't have
You're gonna
dark
wait.
I'll wait.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got it.
Until
Um,
next turn, because especially how your falling rules work.
Pale thing is done. Willow is unseen. We don't know where Willow is. Log, it's your turn.
So you said she was 40 feet away from the hole?
No, she's at the hole.
She's at.
Oh no, but I mean, but when she
Just
started.
did like.
Yes.
So then if I dash,
You can get to
then
it.
I can get to it.
You can get to it. You jump in or you stay at the rim.
Well, so when I look down,
right?
Right. How much? What's your range?
120.
120.
Then I should be able to see.
Goes further than that.
so then I'll
It
wait.
does. It does curve a little bit. Like you could maybe slide, but it does go further than that.
Well, I know that there are people in our group who have feather fall, so I'll wait until they are
You got
with
it.
us.
You got it. You do that. Revik.
People would just be.
2 hit points.
He is.
I could do.
He uses half his movement to get up. Uses his action and movement to get there. He doesn't make it to the rim just quite yet. Still because it's only 45 feet of movement. Oh no.
He would get
He
there.
would get to the rim. He would get to the rim. He absolutely would get to the rim. He looks fucked up. He like it looks like one of his arms is completely dangling off and just like by like a thread. Back to the top of the order. Argus.
So I'm at the hole now, right?
Because I dragged him along.
No,
with
you
me.
didn't. No, that would have halved your speed if you dragged him.
Well, that was.
No,
That was the
you
intention.
can't. I know what the intention was, but mechanically it just won't work. He's too heavy. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Your strength
You're
is
like-
not high enough in order to lift him, and even if it was, you'd still move at half speed.
Okay.
How far away am I from the hole?
You were with her, so you were 45. You could
Okay.
use your action and movement to get to the hole.
I will use my action and movement to get to the hole. Do I see Willow?
Roll a perception check.
Did Revit go already, or where was he?
He's at the rim of the hole waiting for everybody else to. He uses action and his movement to get there.
I
15.
don't remember if we did that. Or not.
15. You don't see Willow. You do see Willow's book. It's like 10 feet away from you.
Do I have the book? Did I have enough movement to get to it or not?
Next turn.
I didn't want to
You can grab it and jump if you want. Next turn.
He had 50 feet of movement total.
Oh,
could he
right.
have like
yes.
detour?
Yeah, the book is at the edge of the thing. It's just along a little bit more along the circumference. So if you just skirt the circumference, yes, you can get to it. Yes.
Okay.
And you can free action pick it up. If you
All right, I will do that. And she's not over there.
Okay, I'll see her. You see like some tatters of some monk robes, but like something got torn off. You don't see her. You don't know.
Okay.
It's again chaos, absolute bedlam around what's going on right now. That's then Zemdex, your turn. Soft, you're on deck.
I have Conk scoop me up and dash to the edge of the hole.
You got it. So he'll bring you because he's super strong and you're super tiny. You can do that.
I can help 4 of you.
It's different between when a Kenran tries to lift a dwarf and medium armor. That's not gonna work. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not like super tiny for a wizard.
Yeah,
I'm
but he
a
weighs
little
like
bit.
250 pounds.
I know.
4 of you on me. And I'll
You move 60 feet then, because he has 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
like to the edge.
Well, you guys were still the 130 feet away back.
No, I ran forward on my
You
last
ran
turn.
forward and he came with you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that brought you, you ran forward, you moved your action and your movement?
Yep.
Okay, so that brought you 50 feet from the one.
So I'd be 120. I'd still be 10 feet back from
You're
the
10
hole.
feet away, yeah. But
I
you're
mean,
close.
well, the hole's wider than.
Yes, the hole's wider, yeah. You
So
totally-
I'm at the edge
Absolutely,
of
absolutely. Yep.
So yeah, 4 of you on me.
You just make it to the edge. You got it. Safka,
Okay, I am going to. So I
you
could.
ran back to them.
I
and
ran
then
back
they
to them.
ran past you. And
I'm
you're
like, okay.
"Run!"
No, Bearmere's like, huh? And then I turn around, run. I'm like, how far? Like, I'm close.
You can
enough.
make it to it. With
And
just your movement, you
with
can make
just
it to
my
it,
movement.
Because you have
Okay,
40
sweet.
feet of movement, yeah.
Okay, I am going to. Well, I wouldn't need that, but I could climb down as an ape, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna drop wild shape and wild shape into an ape.
You got it. You still have an action if you want it.
Yeah, I'll start climbing down.
Okay, you use your movement to dash and start climbing down. Does an ape have dark vision?
No.
Okay, so the ape is blind. Do me a favor and
Wait, can I? Yeah.
well, it's not blind just quite yet because there's fire around the hole.
Okay.
But once you start descending down into the thing, it will be blind.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait until
Okay, you got it. You're gonna hold. You hold an action to wait.
I
until-
hold an action until
to
someone.
dash when everybody else starts going down.
Yeah, someone with light goes down.
You got it. Okay. Cole, you're up. You're at you moved 60 feet towards it. You could 5. You need to use your movement and your action to get to the ridge of this thing.
So I need to use my movement action just to get the edge of it?
Just to get to the edge of it, yeah, because you were all the way back.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. What's this?
Grab
I
on.
have no idea.
Okay, grab on then. You're just like,
Hold on
do
to your
this.
butts.
Right.
Great. So you run as hard as you can as these things start to do. Okay, cool. Right before your turn, the Constitution saving throw happens. That's only 11, guys. Stuff starts to fall. You have until the end of this round before this whole thing starts to collapse.
We're all at the hole though, right?
You are
Yeah.
at the hole. So
Everybody except
essentially, if
Willow.
it starts to collapse and you're at the hole, make a roll of dexterity saving throw to just jump into the hole. And then like reactions can happen if that.
We're all at the edge, so it's just jump.
Yeah, it's just jumping. Yep.
No one can find Will. I guess I'm the only one.
All right, cool. You use your turn. The guards are going to try to help usher the people out again. Absolute trash. They rolled a 2.
At the end of my turn, is there anybody who needs a little help with like making a dexterity saving throw?
Let me check.
I mean, everyone.
I'm fine. Like, yes.
If
but
I can't
also,
see to the
like,
bottom of it, then everyone.
It's a
Whoever
steep
you think
incline,
should.
super steep incline, but it's not straight down. It's kind of like this, and it curves a little bit. But it's so wide and it goes so deep that it goes more than 120
Okay.
before it starts.
So
Question for you:
Sure.
if we all jump, like within this round of turns, do we hit the like? You do like 500 feet immediately. Does that
That's true.
Is that within our turn though?
It happens immediately. So here's the, but Featherfall is a reaction,
Right.
So that happens first.
But I would have to wait until we're all in the air to cast it.
No, because Featherfall affects people that it doesn't have to be a falling creature.
Yes, it has
Oh,
to be a
does have to be
falling creature.
Okay, so here's the deal. Like I said, part of that dexterity saving throw is pretty much if you succeed the dexterity saving throw, you jump into the hole, you don't take any damage.
Or
If you fail the dexterity saving throw, you still fall into the hole. You just take a little bit of damage as the thing falls.
everybody jump with me, and you can hold a dash action to move. on
So
your action.
at initiative 14 on the next round, the thing starts tumbling and the walls come tumbling down, very Jericho style. Okay, so
Everybody jump with me is what I said. So
sure, yeah. But here's the thing: even if they don't have the action held, they're still gonna like fall in because there's nowhere else to go.
Right.
It's just that if they succeed, they just jump it, and then no big problem. If they fail, they're gonna take some damage before they fall in. Now, if that damage exceeds how much hit points they have left, they will be unconscious and falling. But that doesn't mean Featherfall won't affect them.
Right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Sounds fair? Good. Moving forward. The guards did shit trying to contain this panic. People are bottlenecking
Jump
at the
with me.
exits. Some people are getting out.
I have feather. Well, unless you have your own feather.
You guys see
Otherwise, jump with me.
You're good.
Friends too have feather.
Okay.
Jump with us.
you guys see with this. However, Cole happens after this. But yes, he'll just but it's okay because it's still a reaction. There are going to be casualties here. The Dwarves have rolled absolute trash trying to get these people in an organized fashion out of the gates. Some people are not going to survive this. Quite a few. There's not much you can do. But you now know that some Durgar doing some ritualistic religious sacrifice to this nature guy worm was responsible for this, some sort of suicidal sabotage. You also, it dawns on you that if this junction is kaput for a certain amount of time, that chokes up, that's yet another choke point for getting stuff. I mean, guys, the vault for the Tok'ran Trust is in the night. Shit's going down. Things are happening. Trisheni, it's your turn.
I will wait for Cole to jump, but I will cast Pulse Wave as I start to see and just try to basically push the rocks
Give him a
back.
couple more seconds.
Few
Okay,
more
cool.
seconds.
So yeah, you do me a favor. Roll an Arcana check for me, real quick, just because that's a lot. But yeah, sure. What's the radius of that?
Let me double check. 16 for the Arcana check, but
Okay,
Pulse
that's
Wave
good.
is 30-foot cone.
30-foot cone. Okay, cool. So you can get the whole radius of the hole, which is great. So here's the deal. That'll give anybody who doesn't get a chance to jump in advantage on the dexterity saving throw for jumping in. Okay, sound good? Great. That will force your hand to. You won't be able to jump in. You will have to make the dexterity saving throw, but you will be making it at advantage because it will the thing will fall before Cole's turn and you're after.
Right, and I'm waiting for Cole because
Right, but you will
you
give
got me, buddy?
everybody
Let's do this.
who
Yeah.
isn't already in the hole advantage on the dexterity saving throw as you force the rubble up and keep like it's putting an invisible hand up on the wall right before it starts to collapse. Yep, you got it.
That's my turn.
Pale guy's dead. Willow is gonna roll a death saving throw.
Before, do I see Willow anywhere, or is she like
Roll a
completely out?
perception check.
19.
19. You see her unconscious. She just succeeded on her death saving throw.
Mhm.
Over by the doors. She was pushed up over by the north end. From the explosion, it kind of lobbed her in that direction.
How far away are the door? Oh, I can't
Good
cast
40
another.
feet.
Okay,
from
can't
this area.
cast another spell.
You look at it and you see it, and it dawns on you. You can't save her.
Yeah, I will
Her
point
only
out.
choice is to save herself.
Right, I will point out. Willows are there. We can't get to her, but she's resilient. But fuck. That's my turn.
Log.
See, I'm just gonna hold the jump when Zemdak
You got it.
jumps.
Okay. Revik sees you guys. Sees Willow.
And I pointed out
Sees you
Willow.
guys.
Yeah.
Dashes after Willow. He gets to her. He can't do anything this turn.
He has a berry,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
he dashed.
Costs an action. to
Yeah.
do that.
Right, but next.
But he
Next
could
turn.
pick her up and get her.
Yeah, that's his intent.
Yeah.
is to get her the fuck out of here.
Yep.
But he's out of action.
Mhm.
But he does get to her.
Good.
So because he looked down, he looked at you, he either escape or save the individual. He chose to save the individual.
Yep.
Argus, top of the round.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on Willow.
She's within 60 feet. Well done. Nicely done. That's only bonus action.
Yep. 3 plus, what is it? 4? 7.
7. You see her come back to consciousness. Look over what the sound that she heard.
Rabbit, get her out of there, and then I'm going to hold my action to jump. in.
Affirmative. You got it. Hold your action. Jump.
Whoever's next. Whoever's first.
Zemdak, it's your turn.
These two are ready to jump. She's looking the other direction though, so
Or Cole.
Conk with his free arm is going to grab the back of her tunic and jump into the hole.
And Sofka's tunic.
No,
Oh,
Just-
I was waiting for Cole though.
You don't have a held action
because you
cast
cast
a
it.
Right.
pulse wave.
Okay.
But you grab her. Yeah, you
Conk-
could totally.
Conk's holding me
Are you
in one
resisting?
arm.
I mean, I'm just like, I'm assuming I'm kind of casting
Roll
the
a
spell
straight
right now,
athletic check. It's
"Ah!"
not hard. It's not hard.
Yeah, I'm not really trying.
Just
to
don't roll a
resist.
natural one.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay, so you grab Trisheni. Conk grabs you and jumps.
And I
So
jump
Zemdak
back.
jumps. All those who had their action held to
That's
jump.
me.
Boom, 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 boom. Jump.
so I can catch all of us except
You
for
can catch
Cole
all of them.
because he's not jumping yet.
Yeah, he's not jumping in.
But I get all of us
Featherfall.
feather fall
As the darkness starts to take you. Swallow
because I saw
you
him
into the
climb
void.
over the edge, ape like
yeah, I
bear
started
ape,
to climb.
because I can see
Yeah.
now.
Because you're an ape.
Yes.
Right. Yes. You can absolutely. Because you are like a couple feet down there. You can continue to climb. You'll just be blind while doing it. Yeah. That's terrifying. Do me a favor. Just roll roll luck check.
Oh, great.
8 or more, you're gold.
Got an 8.
You. Okay, so you're fine. Every once in a while, you're like, shit. There's no ground there.
I'm like,
Okay. Yeah. But you're
Ugh.
okay. Great. Sofka, it is your turn. Do you continue climbing?
yes.
Okay, you just continue climbing. You got it. Then it is. That's it. That's what happens. Everything starts to collapse and calm
well,
down.
But
Cole's
Yes.
still up.
Cole is still up. Yeah, you guys both can roll dexterity saving throws at advantage because of your pulse wave.
Only
But
Cole's up.
only
Only
Cole
Cole's.
because he grabbed me by the.
Those
That's
two
correct.
jumped with me.
Cole, please
I
roll a
took her.
dexterity saving throw at advantage.
15.
15. That is a success. You intentionally just fall back into the hole as a
Shuffle.
huge boulder just comes right down at the space that you were.
Reaction, feather fall.
You got it.
Myself.
All of you drift down into the void.
Except Sofka, who's just like,
as
Right.
Well, and then it would be my turn on initiative yet next, which I cast light if it's not a concentration spell.
you got it. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Amazing.
As just a glowing fairy light just drifts down to this void as the camera pans out and shows up above this hole as boulders start to collapse in on it. Some start speeding past you as you are falling slowly, and the light eventually becomes more and more consumed by the darkness. And that's where we're going to take our break, guys. We'll be back in a couple minutes. If you're watching this episodically, please open to the next episode. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there.